Steve Shoes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Ouch. That's awful, Steve. From Philly. Should be ashamed of yourself.
Was Eric late this morning because of Steve's Boots alarm?
Slappy from Jersey. Headline: Calgary Steves win the Stanley Cup. And James is learning something in Toronto. He learned today that my favorite Hendrix song is actually called Steve.
I do like that one Johnny Cash number, Burning Ring of Steve's Shoes.
God, we can run shit into a ground.
Yeah, don't we know how?
Instead of having money headlines prepared, just keep doing the shoe jokes.
The Opie and Anthony Show, successfully selling hot dogs in the desert to cities all over the country.
This hot dog is wet, and it smells like tuna fish.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Program complete.
You can get the NASCAR news. You can hear the races. And then for something completely different, NASCAR Nextel Cup driver Jimmy Johnson.
Jeff Gordon. If he thinks that, he's got to get me back, I'm just going to tell you that there won't be too many championships in this future if that's the case.
Keeping the respect, that's all.
That's right.
Jimmy Johnson's Not What You Expected with Marty Smith. Thursdays at 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Time on NASCAR Radio XM 144.
NASCAR XM 144.
Every week, NASCAR Nextel Cup driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets unrestricted on XM.
Kid Rock is going to marry Pamela Anderson. 82% say it'll last a year.
Well, that's
Forever was a choice.
Wow.
I guess there's still hope out there that there's going to be a cure to where we can live forever.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Unrestricted. Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. East on NASCAR Radio XM 144.
NASCAR XM 144.
Uncensored and unafraid to say anything, the Pretenders Artist Confidential from New York's Irving Plaza vibrates with rock and roll energy.
I've never read a contract. I don't care. People say, oh, you'll get ripped off. And I say, you know what? I don't care.
Recorded before a gig, Chrissy Hynde and the band were in raw form and deliver the goods.
Right on.
For this week's Pretenders Artist Confidential Encore Times, go to exclusivemusic.xmradio.com.
Over the middle, and he got it for the touchdown.
The College Football Minute on XM Satellite Radio.
I'm Ari Bykowski with the College Football Minute. Let's begin in Columbus, Ohio, where Ohio State tight end Marcel Frost has been suspended for the entire season for the violation of some team rules. Frost will remain on scholarship, and he'll be able to return to the team next season if he chooses to do so. Heading across the country to Corvallis, Oregon, where Oregon State wide receivers Marcel Love and Anthony Crosby have been suspended indefinitely for violating team rules. This according to Beaver head coach Mike Riley. Both players, however, will not lose their scholarship because of their suspension. By the way, Oregon State kicks off the 2006 college football campaign at home against Eastern Washington. You'll hear that game on XM Satellite Radio Thursday, August the 31st, game time, 7 p.m. Pacific.
And that's the College Football Minute on XM Satellite Radio.
Listen up, everybody. It's Trace Adkins inviting you to take a Highway 16 shortcut with me. My new CD doesn't hit stores until Tuesday, but you can hear every song on it this weekend on Highway 16 Shortcut.
It's the XM world premiere of Dangerous Man from Trace Adkins, followed by a special Network Live Trace Adkins concert from the House of Blues in New Orleans. It all begins this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on Highway 16.
Very simple game. Throw the ball, you catch the ball, you hit the ball.
The AL Central is the scene for the Tigers' visit to Chicago this Friday.
Here's a swing. He's loud one here. This is going to go to the bridge. Left center field. Dyer's gone deep. Throw the confetti. Dyer's hit his 21st.
Tigers, White Sox. Listen on XM 180. MLB on XM. Every team, all season long.
Check our 6020 Sports with James Carville and Luke Russert on XM Channel 200.
Robbie Ventura, who is actually the coach of Floyd Landis.
Put into context that one day that he had equivalent of, 6 touchdowns or something.
I mean, if you can compare getting lapped Indianapolis 500 6 times and then the next day going out and lapping everybody 6 times, it was very, very impressive.
Here at Fridays at 8 a.m. in the East with encores at 10 and 11. And on Saturdays at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. Eastern.
Check out 6020 Sports on XM Live, Channel 200.
High Voltage is an XL channel which may include explicit language. Channel blocking is available by calling 1-800-XM-RADIO or XM Canada at 877-438-9677.
Ron and Fez.
Sine wave sweep 32 seconds. 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz and 2 kilohertz per second.
I beg your pardon, what did you say?
I offered to help you. You refused to take our money. Then I said, I guess you're really up shit creek. Ow!
You know about secondary smoke? You can give people lung cancer who are innocent and trying to live healthy lives.
Why don't you just go back to sleep, leave me alone, do whatever you have to do.
Why don't you put the cigarette out?
Why don't you shut up and leave me alone?
Put the cigarette out, Jack. Put the cigarette out.
The pain in the ass this guy is.
Thought you were putting it out.
No, I'm not putting it out.
There's my grandpa.
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo! That is why I won't do 2 shows tonight anymore, babe. I won't do.
I'm a risk taker. I'm growing an entire crop of marijuana plants in my parents' backyard. I think that shows a little bit.
You're growing an entire crop of marijuana in your backyard?
Do you know where we can find some marijuana? We're looking for marijuana.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but 2 things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
Everybody's fighting on with each other. You got no one you can count on, baby, not even your own brother. So if someone comes along, he gonna give you some love and affection, baby. I say get it while you can.
truer words. It's the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
Janis Joplin, open us up today. You know, I'd like to take that record and just beat every American Idol winner to death with it. This is what it's all about, you fucking assholes. Just slap the shit out of them with it.
Fantasia Barrino was beaten today with a CD.
Actually, Fantasia's one of the few that could, if they would let her sing like that, she probably should. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Fez, I see that we're waist deep in presents here today. Some nice cigars from a young man named Faggot Hawk, Mud Eater, and M. Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
It's all the same person. And then this is nice, Fezzy. We'll be eating smoked salmon. Jennifer from Seattle sent this to us.
Oh, that looks nice.
So we'll dine on smoked salmon. Are you much on the smoked foods?
Never been a big smoke fan, not a huge fish fan, and smoked fish a little even less there. And I would assume, I guess since it's smoked, it doesn't have to be refrigerated?
No, it's fine. Like Indians, Fez.
Oh, okay.
We'll be eating like Indians. You got this look on your face like you didn't grow up 5 miles from Ted Peters. With the smoked grouper sandwiches. You have the palate of a 6-year-old. I'll tell you what, while Earl and I are enjoying this, I'll get you a bowl of cereal, one of your favorite bowls of cereal.
Thank you. Trix, please. Or honeycomb.
Thanks. All right, Ron and Fez show. Of course, the news today. You know, you got to throw Janice on sometimes because you do have to remember to get it while you can because people want to kill us. So while they're trying to kill us, we have to enjoy what we can enjoy when we can enjoy it.
So British police, they say they busted up a terrorist plot to blow up planes that were flying from Great Britain to U.S. They were going to blow these planes up over U.S. cities. A lot of these planes were destined for New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C.
How were they going to do this?
The plot was to smuggle liquid explosives disguised into carry-on luggage with detonators inside the luggage.
Right.
And then, I guess on a time bomb, blow these planes up once they were over the United States.
It seems a little too advanced for them. Normally they're better off at just, having a sharp stick and poking someone. I don't think they're ready to pull off the liquid explosive time bomb gimmick.
Yeah, what I haven't heard about this story is the suspects they arrested, were they supposed to be on the plane so they could do the detonating? Or is this just something they were trying to plant on the plane and then letting the explosives take their course?
I like to point out these terrorists, this is no way to spend your day. These little schemes that you're thinking of, you're wasting a lifetime. What if we had some kind of blow-up juice? No. Let's just try to do something positive in our lives. Fez, I see you with a nice present over there.
Yeah, also from Faggot Hawk and a.k.a. Mud Eater. And
it's the same person?
Yeah, same person.
All right, I thought it was 3 of them.
I got an Incredible Hulk lunchbox.
Fez has a lunchbox collection that he's... where are you on your lunchbox collection right now?
This is my 3rd one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Incredible Hulk is now... I'm now up to 3.
So you've collected 3 of something.
Yeah, it's not a good collection.
Right.
It's not an ambitious collection.
What are your collections? What do you have so far?
I've got a Marvel Comics lunchbox. Has Spider-Man, Hulk on...
All right, seems like a theme.
Now it's redundant. I have 2 Hulks.
Well, this is the solo.
And then I also have a Holly Hobby lunchbox.
Uh-huh. And you won't eat smoked foods. So there we go. He's 8 years old. He has his own show. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
How old is Fez?
If you just really go by the way he acts, he'll live forever.
He's a man-child.
Yeah, he is a man-child.
Listen, Ronnie, I got tips on how to eat the smoked salmon for you.
Good. What is it?
A little bit of cream cheese.
Uh-huh.
Fresh capers.
Right.
On either, some small toasts or crackers. And the way Fez would eat it is on a cock.
All right, see, now that one hurt his feelings a little bit. I'm having trouble with this thing over here. Oh, never mind. I think I got it. Yeah, no, I do have it. All right, so I'm supposed to have capers, cream cheese, some crackers. Jennifer, it feels like you only sent me one part of a meal, and I think this is really nice of you. But... next time, where's the capers, the crackers, the cream cheese, and maybe a little something sweet at the end of it.
Maybe the capers will come tomorrow.
And don't forget, I like something to wash it down with.
What is a caper? Is that like a pea? They look like little peas.
I'm not going to discuss food with you. I'm not going to discuss food with a man holding a lunchbox.
Well, how am I ever going to learn?
Why don't you start and do this? Why don't you bring your lunch in there every day?
I don't know how old this thing is.
Well, it's plastic, so it can't be all that old.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. There's a book inside it. Disaster Survival Guide.
Oh, nice for you, Fez.
So I'm sure that'll tell me what to do if terrorists are putting liquid explosives on the plane.
Look in there and see what happens if your partner starts choking you and headbutting you. How do you get out of that mess?
Scream for Earl?
Yeah. Corey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie, this is Corey in Montana.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Hey, I was going to ask if Fez is now, if his biggest competition is Lene.
All right, see, I'm
on
not
the radio.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into a Lene, Mikey D thing. It's going to be a Lene and Mikey D free day, and we're all going to take some time. Because I came in here today, and the guys all try to keep it going. You know, when I'm in the back room, I'm like, just no more. Stop it. We all take a pause. A couple weeks, Mikey takes us out to lunch and smooths everything over.
This will all be fine up until the next Poison concert.
Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's Robert from Vancouver, British Columbia. How you doing this morning?
How are you, sir?
Fantastic. Hey, Fez, I'm just curious to know, with your lunchbox collection, a bunch of us up here in Canada, we used to collect all of our hockey heroes and stuff like that. What kind of sports heroes would you have in your collection if you were collecting sports lunchboxes?
Yeah, you're a Buccaneer guy, right, Fez?
Yeah, I don't know if they have Tampa Bay Buccaneer lunchboxes.
Well, I'll tell you this. One of the two lunchboxes I had in my life, one was all the NFL teams, which had the logos on it. I was obsessed with that. And the other one, I think, was Batman. And then by the time you got to third grade, if you carry a lunchbox, the other kids would take it off you and beat you until you were in a coma. So I had to scream at my mom, don't get me a lunchbox. I've already got the word on what they do to third graders that are carrying lunchboxes.
My first lunchbox was an HR Puffin Stuff lunchbox. I had that one.
How old are you?
Not that old.
Seems very... Let me ask you this. Was it metal or plastic?
It was metal.
Oh, my God.
It was that rusty metal. And the thermos...
Rusty? What, did you get it used?
And that thermos, glass inside, or however they used to make them.
I don't even think they would give a kid a thermos these days, would they?
No, I can't imagine. They'd probably come with a sippy cup.
When you were younger, some of the kids would have a thermos in case they wanted a nice chowder or some chili at school. It's a fucking insane thing. His is to take hot things in.
I would totally get that some days. Like, for some reason, a thermos, a little wider one, with a plaid design on it, and SpaghettiOs in it.
Bro, plaid design also would have got you killed at my school. A fucking plaid design was for a girl. A boy with a plaid design, they would dig his eyeball out of his head.
Yeah, I could tell I was getting my mom's work thermos when I was getting any sort of hot food.
She might have just put a tamponi in there. Because I don't know what it is about young kids. They're looking for the slightest weakness. I remember kids going to school with that would wear their glasses until they got to school. Because God forbid you should have any eyesight problems around other kids. Because they think that's a way to kick you until you're dead.
Of course, I had the horrible experience with the cupcakes.
Being gay?
No, with the cupcakes on my birthday.
What happened there?
Well,
wait a minute. Is that when you tried to fuck a cupcake?
No, I did not make love to a cupcake.
What happened?
That was third grade, and my birthday is the end of March, so it's always around Easter time.
Let me write that down. I want to get you something this year.
You should already know when my birthday is, March 31st.
$1?
No, more.
Okay.
And my mother thought it would be so cute if she made cupcakes for the class for my birthday, close to Easter, and green icing with dyed green crushed coconut as grass, and a single jelly bean representing an Easter egg on top. What third grader eats shredded coconut? None. And nobody wanted my lousy frickin' cupcakes in the third grade. I went home just crushed and embarrassed. That kids were disgusted. I mean, you're bringing cupcakes to class. You think you could score some points with the other kids.
It should be an easy one, yeah.
Should be a slam dunk.
Yeah.
How hard is frickin' chocolate to come up with? That's what kids like. No, I got, white cupcakes with green icing and green shredded coconut on top of them. No one would go near these things. They were so gross.
You don't think that they didn't want to eat it because they were worried about food from the gay kid?
I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think children hate shredded coconut.
Well, they're not crazy about gay kids either. I know that for a fact.
And it was a nightmare. Just awful. Just awful. I'll never forget that.
So kids actually turned down the cupcakes because of the shredded coconut.
Yeah, and then I'm like, you can always, scrape the coconut off, any sort of answer my mother would have given.
Yeah.
And you can't scrape shredded coconut off of something. Once you put shredded coconut on, it's there to stay. It's embedded. You're not going to get every damn piece of that.
Here's a good point that you don't really see young kids that care much for shredded coconut. They're kind of plain. They like something sweet, something cakey. Then they're on their way.
Yeah, I know. Why didn't I just bring in liver cakes or something?
Why is it still hurting you? I'm going to guess 62 years after the fact.
It was not.
Why, are you mad at your mom for this?
Yeah, I just think bad judgment call.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Kids aren't going to eat coconut. Why am then I have to take them all back home with me. It's not even one of those things where it's like, we'll take these to the teacher's lounge, and the adults will enjoy them.
Why don't you just throw it in the woods next to your homework, where I used to chuck my homework on the way home? Any homework? None.
I wanted to take them home so she could see them uneaten. Look, so, I'm bringing home just as many as I left with.
So you thought that was a day Fatty Pneumonia was going to score some points, maybe go up a couple notches in the popularity.
It's the easiest thing ever. I always felt bad for kids who had their birthdays over the summer because they didn't get that free day of bringing in cupcakes and being the most popular person in the class for just one day.
Oh, sorry it all went down on you like that. Seem to hold on to things, though. Hey, Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I think you got some kind of shredded coconut issue. This is the second day in a row that you brought it up and can't even deal with it.
I brought up shredded coconut?
Every day.
Yeah, foods you can't stand as a kid.
Yeah, you bring up shredded coconut quite a bit as things that you don't like. Why wouldn't you do this? Taking a nice box of salmon. Smoked salmon from Seattle.
It couldn't have been a worse hit. It couldn't have been a bigger miss with the kids.
I still think it had a lot to do with the homo thing. I know when you're a kid, the homo kid, no one ever wants to eat his food. Mainly you're afraid his balls are in it.
You wouldn't take chocolate off of a homo kid.
Hey, look at me. I'm wide open. What do I care? You know what I'm saying? I live on the edge. I'm going to eat the homo kid's fucking food. I'm not going to lie to you. I know how others are. They can be cruel.
So, Fez,
I was like Bobby Kennedy when I was a little kid. I was wide open to other cultures.
Usually when you have a party and there's extra food, kids are dying to take it home. You have to bring it all back?
Yes, the teachers didn't even want these.
Fatty Pneumonia, nobody wants your cupcakes. Why, look at Fatty Pneumonia. His mom put shredded coconuts on the cupcakes. Let's all pee on them. First of all, you had the reputation of the kid who wouldn't pee in the urinal with everybody else.
Oh, right.
And now, the coconut problem.
Yeah, so it's just like, ugh. They're just kids staring at me like I had some sort of leprosy.
You would have loved mine, because with your pee shy problem, at my school, the urinal was one fucking trough, and all the boys were sent, like, it was like pee time, you know what I mean? All the boys were sent at the same time to piss in this fucking trough. You would have went out of your mind.
Oh, there's no way I would have ever used the pee trough.
You would have been in the corner crying, holding your fucking shredded coconut cupcakes as tightly as you could.
When it was pee time for us,
yeah,
the bathroom, of course, we had to go down the sidewalk, all line up at the bathroom. I kept.
What do you have? An outhouse sidewalk?
Yeah.
You left your school to
No.
go to the bathroom?
No, the little sidewalk inside the courtyard of the school.
Your schools are wide open down there, huh?
Yeah.
And in our schools, once you got in, you fucking couldn't get out at all. They would hit the chain lock fence to keep any fucking winos from coming in and Marcus Hook.
Yeah, we had a big courtyard, and to get to any other classroom, you had to go outside and walk into that other classroom.
My rule of thumb as a kid was, if I step outside, I'm running. I am fucking taking off until somebody can run me down.
We got a runner.
Yeah.
So I would, as the line would be there for the little boys' room, I would constantly keep moving to the back of the line.
Oh, yeah.
And let other kids go on ahead. No, you can go ahead. No, you can go ahead. And try to be last in line.
No matter how bad you had to piss?
Yeah, exactly. And then once I went in there, I wasn't pissing anyway, so.
You just said no with your...
Just trying, but it not working.
You're pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Was there something wrong with your dick? Is it shaped like a corkscrew?
No, there's nothing wrong with my dick. And
how will you know? Until you start showing it off to the other kids, how do you know?
I shouldn't have to say it either, that there's nothing wrong with my dick.
Because I remember there was one kid uncircumcised, and we were fucking fascinated with him when we were kids. We were like, what is wrong with you?
That's got to be bizarre, like a disease or something, when you don't know what it is.
We found out he was non-Catholic. He suffered from some kind of non-Catholic illness. He's what we would call public kid.
So I remember in our bathroom we had one urinal and one stall in that boys' room. We did not have this trough thing.
Were you just down in between both of them on your knees? Who wants to get blown? Who wants to get blown?
Why would I be doing that as a child?
Love and taste the cock?
No.
Maybe just really looking for a friend.
That wasn't it. Trust me, I did not want to go in that bathroom for any reason.
Not even to get your mouth on an ass pipe?
No, especially not to.
Okay. I don't know. Take it easy, Coconut. I'm just trying to find out things. I'm trying to interact. Buzzcock, you're on Ron and Fez.
Oh, you're great. Bringing me back to third grade Catholic school. We used to do the spinner. You walk up behind a guy pissing at the urinal and give him a quick quarter turn to the left, and you'd nail his buddy with piss all over him. It was a riot.
We were always crossing the fucking streams, Ghostbusters style. And then I told you that it was like this long trough. So the thing was to stand at one end of it and see if you could piss all the way down and across the trough. It had to be a good 10-foot piss. I could never pull it off, but I saw kids hit the wall. Hitting the wall, you would become a legend in my school.
I wouldn't have made it into the trough. I wouldn't have been able to produce that much of a stream.
You were that pee shy, though, that you would worry about being in the bathroom the same time as the other boys.
Yeah, always.
Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fez, yeah, I agree. It is hard to piss with a hard on, isn't it?
All right, see, now you got that reputation. It's following you.
It shouldn't follow me. He just said it.
Wouldn't you, didn't you say when you were younger you used to get a bathroom pass just to go down there to sniff?
I never in my life raised my hand, Ron Bennington, and asked for a sniff pass.
Well, you're not going to fucking ask for it up front. It's, something that you live with undercover.
Nothing smells worse than a school bathroom, except maybe a school locker room.
I thought it smelled to you like acceptance. Here's Vic. Vic, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ron, you mentioned that when you was in school, they chain linked the fence and stuff to keep you from running. Well, when we went to school, at elementary school, the girls' restroom was in the back of the classroom, and the boys' restroom was in the front of the classroom. So
where the hell were you? Bum tussle?
We're talking about kindergarten through 5th grade.
So the bathroom was right attached to the class?
Yeah, like a little linen closet in the corner, in the front of the classroom and in the back. So if you went in there to take one healthy chili shit, all the rest of the kids and everybody could hear it and smell it all in the classroom.
So you never would have been able to deal with that, Fez.
That would have been worse, because then, what if the teacher heard what I was doing in there?
And you can't get by the pee shyness.
No.
Would it help to send Dave in with you?
No, it wouldn't help. That would make it worse. Someone in there with me.
No, but you need to get over this, or else the terrorists win.
I don't see how my pissing has anything to do with terrorism in the United States.
We're showing bravery. We're showing we're standing up to them. These colors don't run.
Or piss in front of other people.
Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ron, you're bringing back some great memories.
Yeah.
We had the trough at my school, and we had the pee Olympics every time we got a break, and someone would always stand at one end and see if they could, build up pressure and pee all the way across. And
now, in my mind, this was a 10-foot shot, but it must have been shorter, Fez. It must have been, 5, 6 feet. But I know that there was enough to get every boy in the class around that trough when we were pissing.
And
who thinks that's a good design?
That would be applause.
No, wait. Everybody get your dicks out there. All right.
Thanks.
I don't understand what you worried about.
You know,
someone seeing your dick? Was that the bad problem?
Yeah, I think it was. It was seeing my dick. I think that was part of it, not all of it.
What do you mean not all of it? Not all of your dick? You were just going to stick the head out and piss?
No.
You're going to end up pissing all over your pants.
Seeing my dick, I think, was only part of the problem. I hated the sound of, like, piss hitting the water, and I hated for anyone to hear that sound. That's awful. I'm trying to think if there was anything else.
How could piss hitting water be an awful sound? That's the sound of shame for you?
Yes, that's an embarrassing sound for me. And you know what's
You wonder why your kidneys shut down now.
And you know what's worse for me now? Is with the pee shyness, the fact that it doesn't work. Just like when I'm trying to pee now, and you just hear spurts hit the water instead of a stream.
Yeah, you know why? Because you fucked your whole urinary tract up. From not fucking healthily pissing when it's time to piss. You've withhold so much that you've screwed it up.
My mom used to be so mad at me when I would get home from school, because some days I would just come in doing the crazy pee-pee dance.
I'm sure.
You know, just running in and, you know, flying for the bathroom. And my mother would get so upset, and she would just, why don't you just go at school? You know you have to go. Why are you putting yourself through this?
Did you explain because she had pulled any masculine abilities out of your soul? I turned you into the silliest girl in PS455, whatever your school was called. What was your school?
Grace Lutheran.
Oh, God. Fucking Lutherans.
No, I just told...
What if we put on Luther Vandross music? Would you be able to pee then?
I don't think that would soothe it out of me.
Yeah.
No, I just told Coconut Annie that I didn't have to go when I was at school.
No, Coconut Annie has to be a brand new name. Keep an eye on this news up there, would you, too? It looks like the U.S. is sending some of our air marshals to Britain. I don't like this fucking terrorism stuff, as I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm not a big fan of the terrorists.
Yeah, if you're flying in the United States today, no carry-on liquids. So that cup of Starbucks that you got with you, you're not bringing that on. You're not bringing on a bottle of water. You're not bringing on shampoo, toothpaste.
Well, you know, I saw something on TV not too long ago. You're able to take on bottles of wine onto an airplane, right? What's to stop somebody from breaking that and stabbing somebody in the neck?
Yeah,
it's a lot worse than a lighter.
Or nail scissors that you're not allowed to bring on.
The lighter thing is done, right?
The lighter thing is done. They have like a little bin there at security where it's just filled with lighters from people bringing them and dumping them in.
What if it's a nice lighter? A lighter that your grandfather gave you?
You're still not getting it on. Then they've got things set up where you can fill out an envelope and have your belongings FedEx back to you.
Yeah. I want my fucking Zippo, bitch. My uncle used this to light fucking huts on fire in Vietnam. Means a lot to us. A lot.
So the only liquids allowed on U.S. air flights today, baby formula and liquid medications.
Look, my uncle really did. This is his Zippo lighter. Look at this. Look how old it is, Fez. This is from the Vietnam War.
Oh, yeah.
And on the back, he wrote, "They used to scream as we burned their huts." And he gave me that for my 7th birthday.
Well, that's engraved just to you there.
Mm-hmm. They used to scream as we burned their huts. I'll tell you, I miss him.
That sentiment get you emotional?
Well, I just, he was such a great guy.
Burning huts with people in them.
Well, it's a war, Fez. I don't know whether you know this or not. Bad things happen in war. And so he fought so that you could stay at home with bad cupcakes, not being able to pee in front of other people.
Why engrave it?
There is a medical term for what you have. You're unable to pee in public, and the sounds scare you, right?
Yeah, the sound of pissing is humiliating and shameful.
All right, I got it right here in this psychology book. You're known as fag.
That is not in a book.
Hold on, it's short for faggot.
I think we all know what fag is short for.
There you go.
Is that even a medical book?
I'm going to highlight this in yellow so you can look at it. No, this is this.
That's just the card.
Yeah, I wrote that in there.
That you got with the smoked salmon.
But then for a second you thought it was a medical book.
Very small one.
Here's Graham. Graham, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Calling from Toronto. I just wanted to let Fezzy know that he's not alone in his little bathroom issue. When I was growing up, I had a little bit of a problem when I was taking a crap. If somebody came in, I had to be really, really quiet because I didn't want anybody to know I was in there.
Why?
Well, you know how kids sometimes like to joke around. You know, they peer over top of the walls or something like that. I didn't want anybody to hear me if I farted or had a big poop or something in the water or something like that. I didn't want anybody to hear it, so I just was really quiet, and I didn't, so nobody would know I was in there.
It's so funny because other kids demand that other people hear their farts. It's so odd how life is. Here's the funny thing. You ever notice this, like, if you're in a toilet stall, if somebody tries to come in, what do you say?
Someone's in here.
Why someone? You never say someone for anything else. Everything else is I'm. With that, you say, someone's in here, as if to say, it may not even be me. There is an unknown human who's taking a shit right now.
I totally believe in that. I wouldn't mind putting on a fake beard and glasses to disguise myself.
That someone in here is 100% across the board. And if, like, I'll try to use a stall and someone goes, someone in here, I'll go like this. And just who is that someone?
God, that would freak me out. I'd never come back out.
Someone's in here. I'm not saying who, but someone's in here with their pants down.
I don't want my identity known as the shitter.
People shit, people piss, Fez. That's why we have restrooms. If you don't do that, normally the urinal back up so far you'll have a heart attack.
I had a heart attack last November.
Interesting.
And they couldn't get me to piss in the hospital.
And then the other thing is you kept talking about your, what do you call that thing that they give you so that you can piss?
Oh, the catheter.
So, Earl, this is a fucking true story. So he's laying on the thing. He keeps bringing up the catheter, right? Now, I don't want to hear about it. I know that he's upset because, hey, a tube going into your dick, everyone's going to be upset with that, right? Am I right? That's 100%. With any male, you don't want anything going into your fucking pee hole.
Absolutely.
And he brought it up to me 15 times. Ronnie, when they put that catheter on. Oh, I thought I was going to die when they put the catheter. And I'm like, I know, bro. I can't even look at him when he's saying it. Later, I find out it's not a fucking catheter at all. He did not get the catheter.
I got an external catheter.
He got a condom put on his fucking dick. To piss in.
It was really, really thick rubber, and that nurse was so frickin' rough and snapping that thing on.
Bro, compared to a tube in your fucking thing, that would be a dream to me. I would fucking, I'm gonna beg, no matter what they do to me, give me the fucking condom. Because I don't want the tube in my dick. Not so much for going in, but coming out. Earl, where are you going? You gotta stay and do the show with me.
That's disgusting.
Now, would you be freaked by the external catheter?
Yes.
Why? That's a fucking dream.
No, but I would rather, if given a choice between the catheter and the condom, give me the condom.
I don't think anyone would fucking care about a condom.
Oh, I was glad that it wasn't an internal catheter, but still, I mean, the way that thing was, I was being roughhoused with that thing going on me.
You were touched by a woman for the first time. Why wouldn't you just enjoy it?
It was driving me nuts. I was just manhandled. They shaved me down, both sides of my groin, and then slapped that thing on me. I was like in some sort of genitorturer show or something like that.
What do you mean both sides of your groin? Would they leave you with a little Hitler stash?
I had a landing strip by the time they were done. That was because where they went in with the... All right, now this is another term for catheter. When they went in with that line into my artery to put the stent in... They go in through the groin, and they have to shave both sides in case one side doesn't work.
I'm sorry, I stopped listening to you right after the catheter. Other than that, it's just back to the same shit I hear every day. All right, Fez, this got brought to me by the Flash, who I got to go out on a limb here and say he's the best intern I've ever met in my life. He's the only intern that will Google something for me. So your pee shyness is called... Paruis. P-A-R-U-R-I-S. It's an anxiety, a social anxiety disorder. And you're unable to pee in a public restroom. It's also described as stage fright, which maybe that's what Robbie Robertson was singing about so long ago.
Pararuis. Should have been the name of the song.
It goes beyond simple shyness, embarrassing, or desire for privacy, and is much more severe and may cause the inability to urinate.
Yeah, because I've had it where the shyness, where it's so bad that even though I know I have to go, I still can't go.
Normally this only affects teens. It's unusual for an adult to have it. And some people first experience the problem when adults get it when they lock up attempting to produce a sample for a drug test. Because if you take certain drug tests, Fez, you have to pee in front of someone.
Oh, okay.
So that you can't fake your, bring in, your girlfriend's pee or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I've ever taken a drug test.
No, you work in radio. Here, it's one of the few places they fucking prefer that you take drugs so you can pick the hits.
I couldn't possibly have taken a drug test.
Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Fez, do you pee sitting down?
He wouldn't be able to run if that was the case. He actually shits standing up. This is the fear that goes into him. He's like a deer. He's constantly ready to go.
I have to make sure I'm out of there before someone else starts knocking on that bathroom door.
You ever see a deer, in the woods, when it goes to get a drink of water and it puts its head up, it's always so fucking freaked out? That's Fez when it's time to piss. He has his dick out, he puts it back in. Dick's out, puts it back in.
I'm lucky if I can get it out sometimes.
I don't know. I don't know why you worry about all this. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Mr. Onboard Fez.
Me too.
Hey, I was in the hospital about 10 years ago. I had emergency surgery, and they put the catheter up my dick while I was asleep, getting ready,
right.
in surgery. And I had it in there for about 3 days, and about 8 o'clock at night, I'm in and out of a morphine high.
God bless you.
And the nurse comes in, flips open the covers, and rips the catheter out of my dick.
How far in does it go?
It was in a good 2 inches.
That's all? I thought it went in even further.
I would have guessed 6.
Oh, congratulations, Fezzy. I had no idea.
Trust me, that fucker felt like 6. I was in pain for a good 4 hours after that happened, and they did leave me alone the rest of the night.
All right, man. Peace. Wow. See, I can't, I don't want that. I want to go your way. I want the fucking condom. I'll fill that fucking balloon. I don't want a tube in my fucking piss hole.
They kept waiting for me to fill my balloon, and by the time I finally went, oh man, I really had to go then, and I was nervous that I was going to fill up the entire bag because I waited so long to go.
Just sitting there in your own shame.
And then that was, of course, I think about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. when the floor was quiet.
You're already awake, right?
Yeah.
Why not just let you have a fucking cup? Take the fucking condom off, piss in a fucking bowl, hand that over to her, say, here, piss wench, take that and throw it out.
For some reason, you're just not allowed to do any of that stuff when you're in intensive care. I wasn't allowed to do any of that until they moved me into a regular room.
Why don't you just pull it off yourself? It's just a condom.
Once I was allowed to, I did have to remove it myself.
Why didn't you do it anytime? What do you mean allowed to? You're allowed to do whatever you want in this world. What do you think, that you were on, the police had you? In a hospital that you're paying for.
Well, I didn't have a jug, and when I was in intensive care, I couldn't get out of the bed if I wanted to.
Still, you go, bring me a fucking bowl. I'm pissing in that. Stand up for yourself a little bit.
I'm never going to ask for a piss jug. They'll know what I want it for.
I don't understand why you don't ask for what you want in your life. That's a big problem with your pee shyness. You think there's something unnatural about natural things. That's your big problem. I don't know whether you saw this Robin Williams story, Fez. 20 years the guy's clean and sober. Boom. He's partying again. He's back in rehab. And I guess they took him in. He was just screaming about the Jews. Just Fucking Jews. I don't understand what happens when these Hollywood guys, when they get drunk, they got to become anti-Semitic.
Yeah, they're obviously not drinking Manischewitz.
Nice one.
But
take a little shot at their wines, right?
Exactly. But the word they kept saying on Robin Williams was he found himself drinking again.
That's scary to me, man. I got to tell you the truth, brother. That one just fucking shakes me to the core. 20 years, you're walking the fucking walk. Next thing you know, you're drinking. I mean, I can understand, hey, I got put on painkillers, and I was, because I was in an accident or something. Even after I was no longer in pain, I started faking it and getting more pills, and the next thing you know, I got myself in trouble again. But to go into a bar and just belly up to it after 20 years of being sober and saying, give me a drink, that one shakes me, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to be judgmental on the other side and go, well, 20 years, he should have this problem licked. You would think he would know what he's doing with his alcohol and know not to have a drink. He hasn't had one in 20 years.
And what's the problem with that logic?
It doesn't work whatsoever.
Are you sure it does? I know a lot of people that stay sober.
But apparently, if,
I don't know whether you know this, but Robin Williams does not make something the rule of thumb. It's not like, it can't be done. A comedian can't pull it off. I mean, he pulled it off for 20 years. He didn't have a drink, right?
Right.
What happened where he didn't have anybody to call when he wanted that drink? That's the scary fucking part to me. And it just really, at least he's back in rehab and everything's going to, straighten out for him. But, I mean, 2 drinks and I know I'm coming to kill you, Fez. I know the only thing that keeps you alive is me not drinking.
Well, then please don't.
Because as soon as I have a drink, I'm going to want to get even.
So Robin Williams, they didn't say, obviously, why he started drinking or how he started drinking.
Oh, trust me, this fucker will. The day he gets out, he'll be on TV. Here's what happened. Bomb after bomb with my movies. I could no longer take it. I found I was living a lie. There's some, behind-the-scenes story that all these Hollywood bastards are willing to do. God forbid anything should happen and it's not on TV. You can't sit there and expose yourself to the planet. Where's his best friend, Billy Crystal? Why didn't you give Billy Crystal a call?
I'm sure Billy Crystal's going to end up finding a new best friend now who doesn't drink or have these problems.
I have a problem with any adult who says someone is their best friend. It just seems like too childish to me. To say best friend, I have to go like this. I like Fez better than Earl. I like them both, but I like Fez more. It's fucking stupid, isn't it?
I'm just glad to hear you say it.
Yeah. Oh, look, in this room, you're my best friend. Trust me.
Thank you.
And Dave, you're not even, I wouldn't even throw you in with a friend.
Guy you know?
Guy I hit sometimes.
Guy I hit at work every now and then.
I got a call from him last night. Ron, can I talk to you just between me and you? Off the record. I'm like, what is it, Dave? I think you've been hitting me a little too much.
That's the off-the-record call.
I go, stop giving me a reason, fucker. Now I'm just looking for one. I actually went to sleep last night fantasizing about slapping his neck. I went off and just such a comfortable rest. Evan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, you know why you started drinking again, don't you?
Robin Williams?
Yeah.
What is that?
You saw that RV movie.
He's done a ton of movies that he should be ashamed of. I got news for you. And I don't know if that's going to send you to drinking. But he could eventually, after doing a lot of these movies, he's going to write down on the IRS that, for his job comedian, and they're going to arrest him for falsifying records. You have falsified your records.
I think Night Listener grossed $32 even last weekend.
Well, that one wasn't even a comedy. That one was one of his dramas that he loves to do. So, I can't blame him for a drama going down the tubes. What does he know about that? But for a comedy, he should know better to read the script to RV and think, I think I could do something with this.
His people said he should be out in the fall to promote his new movies that are coming out then.
What's that?
He's got
He puts out 5 movies a year.
Oh, yeah. I think he's got another dramatic one. I got to find out about that. And then there's one where he does the voice of a penguin, some cartoon he's got coming out.
Yeah, I saw the previews of that. He's singing like a penguin. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey guys, Robin Williams is faking this whole thing because of this new movie he's got coming out. All the Hollywood guys do it. They either get divorced, they go into rehab, they wreck their cars, they do something.
So you honestly think somebody would check into rehab and deal with that just to promote a film?
Hey, the way his movies are going, absolutely.
All right, Earl, I see you nodding yes. You don't believe that he started drinking again after 20 years?
No, just that last statement. He'll be back in the fall to do the fall promotion for his movies. I mean, it's like, why do we have to know that? I think getting your life in order would be a first priority.
I mean, that's his PR people who their big job in life is to keep the money going. You know, they don't. As far as his personal life, that's his. But you know, don't forget, he was a big partier. He was there the night Belushi died.
Yes. He said, I think Belushi dying was one of the reasons why he started to sober up. But at the same time, I'm like...
Don't say token.
White people are so scared of black people.
I mean, they wouldn't... I just think you should just get your life in order and put everything else on the back burner as far as promoting a movie, especially if it's going to be bad. I mean...
all right, let me tell you this, Earl. If you went to a rehab, you think the XM people would care about anything other than the show working? I mean, they would pay for your rehab because that's part of the deal. But the first thing they want you to do is get back to work. When Fez had his fucking heart attack, I would hear from everybody. When do you think he's going to be back on the air? How much time? People expect you to work in this world because you make money for other people.
Well, I know that, but it's hard to work if you're not all together, you know, because obviously he fell off the wagon. We don't know how hard or bad he fell off the
You're
wagon.
acting like most people feel like going to work every day. They absolutely do not. If you only came to work on the days you felt like, you'd probably come in once or twice a week. Tops. James, you're on the Ron and Fez show. James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Robin Williams, Fez said that he makes 5 movies a year. The last thing I remember him being in was Mork and Mindy. I don't remember anything popular that he's come out with, and comedy relief.
Seems like you don't go to many films, huh, James? How many films has he done altogether, Fez? Take a look at his IMDb. He'll give you a number there.
Let's see.
Go to his name, Robin Williams.
Scrolling down. All right, we're in the 70s, 84.
84 films that this guy missed. It's quite a few.
All right, I think it's... Okay, I'm checking it out. Some of that was TV, so it's about 75.
Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I mean, I think you ought to get away from comedy altogether. I mean, to me, his comedy has gone by the wayside. He's actually a pretty good dramatic actor.
I hope he's not listening to this in rehab. He'll break out and get another drink. Earl, you got to understand something. These films that he does cost like $50 million. Someone puts up $50 million. You don't think that they expect that guy to get his ass out of rehab and starts promoting that shit?
Yes, I understand that also, but at the same time, you need to be at your best. I think they will want him to be at his best.
You're out of your fucking mind. You got a short window to promote this thing. Look how many rock stars that they would prop up just in time for the show, and that's it. The other 23 hours a day, they could give a shit what the guy was shooting.
Here's the drama that Robin Williams has coming out later this year. August Rush. It's the story of a couple that give up their child, and then they find him working as a street performer and in the care of a mysterious stranger played by Robin Williams. He's like a prodigy musician they find performing on the streets.
Let me write that down so I don't mistakenly walk into a theater while it's on.
This sounds awful. God.
Hey, Marianne, how you doing, honey? Hey, Marianne.
Hey, Ron, how you doing, Fezzy? I had a thought of why he might have fallen off the wagon. I don't know if there's anything to this, but I do know that he was very good personal close friends with both Christopher Reeve and Dana Reeve, and they both just died. So maybe it was just more than he could take.
So you think because after Chris Reeve died, he finally went back and had a drink?
Well, didn't Dana Reeve dying right after him, or shortly after him, you know. I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm just offering this out as a thought process because they were friends for a really long time, and I know they were very close. So.
I will guarantee you this. Robin Williams will not be able to wait to get out of there and tell us all the details. When he started drinking, how much he was drinking, how he was hiding it. It'll all be in your little People magazine or whatever those magazines are that everybody reads.
Yeah, probably Diane Sawyer, Barbara Walters interview, where you're going to hear this clip, but behind the laughter, there was tears.
There's tears when I'm trying to watch the fucking movies. I don't know. I hope the guy's okay, though. I gotta tell you, though, it shook me when I heard he was drinking again, though. Fucking hate that story. Hate it. Sarge, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to voice my support for Robin Williams. Myself, I'm a recovering alcoholic of a year and 4 months. Been to Iraq going back in October. He was there. He supports the USO, supports the troops. I just wanted to voice my support for him, and I miss Soundboard Fest, too.
Me too, buddy. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Later, buddy.
All right, see ya.
What do you think is the worst addiction?
Your own. If it's your fucking addiction, that's the worst. Everybody else's addiction, you could care less about. Your own, whatever you're addicted to, is the tough thing to quit.
It does seem like anyone else's addiction, it's like, why don't you just stay away from drugs or stay away from gambling?
Mm-hmm.
Where, mine, I think food is the worst addiction. Because a person does have to eat.
That much?
No, that's the problem. It's the when to say when. They need that.
Well,
for
you
the
were
food
able
addiction.
to. You got very thin after your heart attack. All you need to do is picture that food is killing you, and you were able to keep the weight off. You became anorexic very, very quickly.
Yeah, but then I started putting it all back on, and I was thinking, if the heart attack isn't keeping me, on this diet, what would?
No, you really didn't start eating again until you found out that you weren't having the daily heart attack. When you went back and saw, because a long time went on in here, and Earl backed me up, you thought you were having a heart attack a day on the air.
Oh, totally.
And you were taking a nitro pill, and then people were right, well, where was Fez during that? How come Fez went away for an hour, you fucking little pricks? The guy's dealing with some shit, you bastards. Stop blaming Dave. So when that happened, when you went back and could actually physically see, then you started to eat a little more regular. But there for a long time, you weren't eating at all.
No, I went into a fear of anything bad.
And you were fainting during, not fainting, but almost fainting. You were having these real weird things. So, I don't want to turn this back into you. I can't fucking have you and whatever bothers you take up every second of the show. We did all your pee stuff. I can't turn back into, we're talking about Robin Williams. It can't come back to you when you're eating and now your fear of death. We have to be able to talk about other things.
That's true. But still, I am putting on a lot of weight.
The only interest I ever see with you on the show is when it's about Fez. If it has something to do with Fez, you are very, very interested. Hey, we got a movie review coming up, Fez. Is it Paulo? No, it's not. Although I did get some emails yesterday, and I don't want to say this, one of the people affected that was part of the big film, Apollo's film Gap, who was giving me a lot of the behind the scenes chaos. Chaos is the way he described it. I told him he could call in. I don't want to give out his name, but one of the people that was wrapped up in the Paulo film, very, very upset about it. Now that Paulo is going on to be a film director, we've got a new guy reviewing movies for us, Fez, and it's going to be, our own Eastside Dave. Our own Eastside Dave here.
Thank you.
Play his opening, Earl. Play the Dave opening. Earl, play the Dave movie opening.
I don't have the Dave movie opening at the moment. It is...
What do you mean at the moment? Are you hoping want to fall down from heaven? Dave, tell us what film you went to see last night.
I went to see World Trade Center.
This is the controversial one, Fez. We talked about this yesterday. A lot of people said too soon.
Open nationwide yesterday.
And other people are saying no. Not only is it too soon, it's taking advantage of the tragedy that America had to deal with.
Well, I disagree with that. It's a great film. It is solid as a rock, and every American should see it. It's not
Maybe that should be his opening, Solid as a Rock. Maybe that is the opening that you're looking for.
Film is not exploitive in any way.
No film can ever be?
The World Trade Center is not exploitive in any way. It's actually quite a touching story.
Would you actually say the tragedy exploits the film then? That it go so far away from being exploitive itself?
Well,
it's that the tragedy is now exploiting the film.
I've never heard it go that far.
Yeah, I mean, that's confusing to me, but I do know that look, this is an emotional film that's not overly sentimental. There's a fine line right there, and I say, good for Oliver Stone. I wouldn't give it a gold star, but I would give it a silver.
I didn't know you work on the star
I do
system?
stars. Everyone's got
that.
thumbs and other stuff.
All right, so give us your star system.
Okay, well, I had like Batman Begins gets a gold or something like that.
That's the highest?
Empire Strikes Back gets gold. World Trade Center gets a silver star, and here's why. And look, I am not going, if you are really haunted by 9/11, it's your right as an American not to see the movie. Okay? I don't consider you to be that patriotic.
Wait a minute, are you saying that we have rights not to go to films?
You have rights.
I love that. I had no idea. I go to every film.
You remember the Bill of Rights?
Yeah.
I think that's 11.
I only go by the Bill O'Reilly. I forget the Bill of Rights. Give me the Bill O'Reilly. He'll tell me what to do. All right, so where are we?
Okay, well, this is a free country. What I'm saying to you is...
Is it?
This is a film that you will never see again.
What?
You will never see a film like this.
You just told everyone to go see it.
No,
I'll
think
never
about...
see it. I think, finally, I agree with him. This is a film I'll never see.
Can we think about some of the news clips from that day, that terrible, tragic day?
What day?
9/11.
Oh, okay.
It's always about, it's always outside shots of the building on fire.
Never the good stuff. They never show the good stuff from 9/11 in the World Trade Center.
Like how happy the terrorists were. Well, not the ones who were in it, but their relatives at home.
But they're outward images looking at WTC. And my point is, this is the first time we get to see what's inside. I understand it's a Hollywood film, and it's Nicolas Cage. Unfortunately, people, we're not going to have documentary cameras there, because the event happened and we can't recreate it. So we need Hollywood.
You're every bit as bad as Paulo. I can't believe how bad you are at this.
Yes, we can recreate it. That's what Oliver Stone has done.
Well, I was going to say, through the magic of Hollywood, Oliver Stone has come close to do it. And this
Come close.
This is for real. 9/11 was such a horrific event. This tale is about hope. It's about toughness, and goddamn, it's about fucking American pride. And you should pay your $7.50 and support Oliver Stone.
$7.50. Where are you staying this place in the 70s?
Jersey.
Oh, Jerseys.
Yeah.
You wouldn't pay $7.50 to see a film?
I went through the tunnel because I can't stand $10.
Furious.
I can't take $10 for a ticket.
I'm paying $10.25.
I think they show it in the tunnel.
And let me tell you one other thing.
Oh God, I couldn't watch it in there. I can't watch anything about being crushed in the tunnel.
In a weird way, the way this film, because there is redemption at the end with Nicolas Cage, with the guy, a Marine helps save him.
Don't ruin this for me.
Okay.
There's redemption.
Okay, because there is, it's sort of like a middle finger to the terrorists, in my opinion, and I applaud Oliver Stone for that. This is the first time he's shown his colors as a patriot, and I think it's an exciting film.
What about Platoon?
Well, okay, this is the second.
Well, what about he showed his patriotism by going to Vietnam and fighting for his country?
Fourth or fifth chance he's had.
But the point is this, Dave, that it doesn't really make you patriotic to make a film.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, in any event, it's a stirring movie. The acting is solid.
Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, this is Josh from Alabama, where we prove evolution right every day.
Thanks.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't go watch the movie because Nicolas Cage is a crappy actor.
Nick Cage ruined the movie for him, you said.
I disagree with that statement.
Well, what took you so long to say it?
Someone was talking in my ear. I don't know.
What were you saying, Tom Merle?
No, never mind. It was a quick question.
What the fuck were you asking him?
No, I just wanted to ask. It wasn't important. That's why I stopped myself.
If it's not important, why you interrupted my show by you roll a ball past the puppy, he's going to chase it. Now, ask him in front of everybody what you were trying to do.
No, again, I started
Just
and I stopped.
ask him.
No, I was just asking him where a certain piece of audio was.
Where is it?
But I
go ahead and ask him.
No, but I just found it as soon as I.
What was the audio?
It was a
what was
the Paranoid songs.
Paranoid songs.
Yes.
What Paranoid song?
The East Side Dave song.
Well, let's take a listen to it. Let's interrupt the fucking show with this.
East Side Dave, just shut the fuck up. East Side Dave, just shut the fuck up. His girlfriend went down on the chef. That explains the smell of cock on her breath. Can you blame her for wanting someone else's dick inside her? You have the same skin tone as Casper the Friendly Goat. You pasty motherfucker. He's always dipping in other people's business. Who the fuck are you to be reading that girl's mail?
For the love of God, would you please stop doing your Adam Sandler impression?
And please stop calling the cops on the listener. Stick that Jackie puppet up your ass. East Side Dave, just shut the fuck up.
Feel better now, Earl? Are you at one with the universe?
No, but again, that was my fault. Completely my fault.
Like the thing with Mikey D?
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Did he get the backstage passes?
No.
Did you say that he'd have them?
I said it was possible. I didn't say it.
Oh, I never heard the word possible.
I said it was possible.
I heard you pick them up.
What, that I would pick them up personally?
That he would fucking pick them up. That the tickets would be there. What happened when you called when that place yesterday? How are they going to make it up to us?
Well,
How are they going to make it up to Ron and Fez show?
Well, I had the management call. I called the PR company. Yeah. They're going to get me a hold of the.
So nothing.
As of right now, no. I got to get a hold of management.
You tell them they got to fucking make good on this.
Yes, because that was a management call, and I got to get a hold of the management.
Right. You tell them they got to make good of it. You tell them that your fucking job's on the line.
I have told them the grief that I've gone through with this.
No, you haven't seen grief yet. You haven't fucking seen grief yet. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah. Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Do you think that Nicholas has caged the Oscar?
I think so.
Pat, you're on Ron and Fez.
9/11, you have the right to cage an Oscar.
People are starting to mock you out as a movie reviewer.
Well, it might. I think it would be Oscar worthy. Yeah, it's going to be nominated, certainly.
Or you'll shave your head?
Yeah, I'll shave my head.
Best Picture?
It will be nominated for Best Picture, and it will be nominated for Best Screenplay, adapted, Oliver Stone.
Adapted from what?
Some sort of book or something.
It wasn't a book, was it?
True Life? No, I don't think so. Well,
right, so you're going to shave your head just on the adaptation mistake to begin with. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Listen, this idiot says he doesn't want to pay $10 to see a movie in the city. He goes through the tunnel for $7.50. He's got to get back, pay a $6 toll. Even if he took the chef blower with him, he's still down $1.
His mommy gives him an easy pass to use, so he doesn't really pay for his tolls. Did you go through the tunnel?
Yeah, I mean, you're right about the Easy Pass thing. I had an extra Easy Pass, and I was able to put it onto my car, and, that whole deal. Daddy pays for Easy Pass.
It's very nice. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, personally, I don't know how these assholes can take a paycheck to do a movie like this. I mean, unless they're going to kiss every frickin' fireman, cop, and soldier's ass before they do it, I don't think they deserve a paycheck for this kind of shit. I mean, what does it take to frickin' pretend to be a hero,
All right, so there should never be another war movie? There should never be a cop movie?
I mean, look at Barry Pepper. Barry Pepper made millions of dollars starring in frickin' Saving Private Ryan, then goes overseas and badmouths the troops. These motherfuckers don't deserve the money.
What did Barry Pepper say about the troops?
He fucking went over to Italy and did a whole press
he says, I blame this war on the troops?
Yeah, he sat there and talked trash about the troops, and he's starting
I'm gonna tell you something, Dave. I want you to wake up to this. Anyone who badmouths the president is not necessarily badmouthing the troops. The fucking president, this fucking president that you love so much, he was the one AWOL during fucking Vietnam. I get fucking crazy every time one of these fucking morons thinks you can't speak out against the direction your country's going. Somehow it's against the fucking troops. Most of these people are saying the troops shouldn't be there. Here's George. George, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Oliver Stone is searching for a golden Oscar. Hey, West Side, I just put my cock in a hot dog bun.
All right, you're turning this into a mockery now, Dave. You're supposed to be reviewing the World Trade movie.
I'm trying to present it as a real thing. I mean, this is a unique film. Just go out and see it. And don't look again. You know, Oliver Stone. They talked to the firemen and the cops beforehand. They got the blessing of many of them. Go see the film before you judge it. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Is go see the film before you kill it.
All right, so you're doing 1930s movie reviews. It's all I'm saying.
Well, no, I mean, that's the way I talk.
We're going to take a break here. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, XM 202.
That was a something right here on Theme Time Radio Hour.
This week on Theme Time Radio Hour, Eyes.
It's Theme Time Radio Hour with your host, Bob Dylan.
I got to agree with John Lennon. He said if you're going to give rock and roll another name, you might call it Chuck Berry.
Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me.
Join me, Bob Dylan, for Theme Time Radio Hour. An hour of dreams, schemes, and themes.
Every week, a new theme, a different journey. Theme Time Radio Hour with your host, Bob Dylan.
Hear it every Wednesday on D-Trax XM 40, 10 a.m. in the East, 7 a.m. in the West. And on The Village, XM 15 Thursdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. in the West.
Write Bob Dylan at xmradio.com.
The finest hour in American broadcasting. Right here on the XM Network, satellite radio.
For additional airings, go to xmradio.com/Bob Dylan.
Theme Time Radio Hour.
You can get the NASCAR news. You can hear the races. And then for something completely different, NASCAR Nextel Cup driver Jimmy Johnson. Jeff Gordon.
If he thinks that, he's got to get me back, I'm just going to tell you that there won't be too many championships in his future if that's the case.
Keeping the respect, that's all.
That's right.
Jimmy Johnson's Not What You Expected with Marty Smith. Thursdays at 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Time on NASCAR Radio XM 144.
NASCAR XM 144.
Hockey notes and news on XM.
This is Dan Blakely, Red Wings fans. Some of them looking forward to more of this.
Back to Whitney, one-timer. Save is made by Hasek. Another shot, another save. Oh, my heavens. Stole shot. Again, Hasek the save. Oh, my heavens. The Dominator is, tonight. Here's Fisher out the center with a loose puck. Hasek is unconscious. He is unbelievable.
The Dominator heading back to Detroit for his third tour of duty, switching off with Chris Osgood in the net this fall. First hit Motown in 2001 after a trade with the Buffalo Sabres. He won a Stanley Cup, retired, then came back, lasted 14 games before his groin gave out, recovered during the lockout year, then resurfaced in Ottawa. But then he was hurt at the Olympics and never found his way back to the Senators lineup. Hasek ranks 18th on the all-time win list with 324, 12th in shutouts. He has 68 of those.
For full hockey coverage, the Hockey Talk never stops on Home Ice, XM 204.
What's up with all my Planet Priestley peeps?
It's Janet.
Janet Jackson.
In control. Tomorrow night, Priestley sits down with Janet Jackson and talks about her new CD, 20 Years Old. And is there any truth to the rumor about a song with Mariah Carey? And what it was like working with her man, Jermaine Dupri.
He plays with his tongue in his mouth when he's really into something. So.
Now that's Control. Janet Jackson on Planet Priestley. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. West on Hitlist XM30.
High Voltage is an XL channel which may include explicit language. Channel blocking is available by calling 1-800-XM-RADIO or XM Canada at 877-438-9677.
Ron and Fez.
Hey, this is Ben Bailey. I'll be headlining the Cringe Humor Show at Caroline's on August the 16th. For more information on that, go to the Cringe Humor website or to my website, www.therealbenbailey.com.
Ron and Fez.
XM 202.
very simple game. Throw the ball, you catch the ball, you hit the ball.
The AL Central is the scene for the Tigers' visit to Chicago this Friday.
Here's a swing. He's loud one here. This is going to go to the bridge. Left center field. Dyer's gone deep. Throw the confetti. Dyer's hit his 21st.
Tigers, White Sox. Listen on XM 180. MLB on XM. Every team, all season long.
Are you in sales or do you own your own business? If so, I want you to think of a number. Think of the amount of money you'd like to make this year. Do you have it? Okay, so what's stopping you? It's not your drive. It's not your skills. Chances are it's your ability to find new leads. It's not easy. But what if someone had already done the work for you? What if with one phone call you could get your hands on as many new sales leads as you could handle and actually make that number you have in your head? It's not too good to be true. It's Sales Genie, the largest provider of the most up-to-date sales leads mailing lists and business credit reports. And they want to give you 100 sales leads absolutely free. No matter what you're selling or who you're selling to, Sales Genie has the sales leads and mailing lists you need. And right now, they'll give you 100 sales leads absolutely free. Call Sales Genie at 1-800-700-5099 and get 100 sales leads for free. Call 1-800-700-5099. 1-800-700-5099.
What's on my XM? Hey, kicking off at 2p in the west, 5p in the east. Take 5, channel 155. Join the Broads of Broad-Minded. They're going to talk about their favorite new show, Rockstar. Another edition of Molly's Music, Ask the Broads, the email edition, and all the latest gossip with Christine and Broadbuzz. It all starts at 2p in the west, 5p in the east. Broad-Minded on Take 5, channel 155. 7p in the west, 10p in the east. Check out The System, channel 82, for Subterranean with Zoltar, the brother from another planet. Takes you on that interplanetary sonic voyage through the dark recesses of your mind with trance, progressive, and breaks. 7p in the west, 10p in the east. Subterranean on The System, channel 82. That's just a small taste of what you'll hear on XM, beyond AM, beyond FM, XM Satellite Radio.
You're all set. Next stop, the beach. And before you start the car, XM Instant Traffic and Weather Shore Traffic Reports make it easy to get there. Whether you're on the east...
Good morning once again, Miami. Joe...
...or west coast.
The forecast for San Diego.
We've got you covered. Friday nights and Saturday mornings for the ride down. And Sunday evenings for the ride home. XM Instant Traffic and Weather Shore Traffic Reports. Every weekend.
Ron and Fez show. 866 Ron Zero Fez. You ever want to get a hold of us by email, ronandfez@AOL.com, ronandfez@AOL.com.
I saw this today. 2.5 Men star John Cryer from CBS to talk.
I've never seen that show.
You know what? I've never checked it out, too, but I see plenty of promos for it while, like, Big Brother's on.
It's a big show, right?
Oh, yeah. I think it's, like, the #1 comedy on television right now.
That's hard to believe.
So, John Cryer, he's talking about how he's in love, he's engaged to marry, I guess he's marrying some L.A. TV reporter, Lisa Joyner.
Lisa, wait a minute, that's a woman's name.
Yeah, and apparently John Cryer's marrying a woman that he's been in love with and living with for the past 10 months.
Ducky?
Yeah, Ducky from Pretty in Pink.
All right. Whatever, Ducky. You just don't have to fake it anymore. You don't need a beard in this world. We all accept you.
So it just kind of is amazing that John Cryer is getting married to a woman that he's been dating for almost a year.
I mean, just if years ago, when you saw Pretty in Pink, if someone had said Ducky's getting married, you never would have believed it.
No, you would have thought the proper ending to that movie is Ducky gets Andrew McCarthy.
Young girls, they do get weary. Andrew McCarthy, did he ever take a bride?
I don't believe he's ever taken one.
Thank you. And is he 40? Which I say is the age that, yes, okay, we get it now.
Andrew McCarthy, I'm sure 40 plus. It's like anytime you hear Paul Schaefer bring up something about the girl. The wife and I took the girls.
We've talked about this on the air before. There are people that will mention the fact that their wife, and then you go, oh my God, yeah. So Paul Schaefer, straight. Even though nothing in his act seems straight.
You would never guess it in a million years.
Marty Short, he's doing something on Broadway, and he brings up, I've been married for 29 years now. I'm so lucky. And you're like, really? Okay. Christopher Guest.
Oh, yeah.
Again, married, straight, no reason to doubt the guy. But it does seem, I don't know, is there something like with clean, particular, smart guys that we don't exactly trust them to be straight?
Yeah, I think it is. It's like if they're slight of stature, like a Martin Short or Regis.
Like they watch their weight, they're tiny little men, petite.
Exactly. And they seem so clean and carefree that you would never believe they're taking a bride or even a serious chick.
So you think of gay people as carefree, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I never came up with that before. Here's Cal, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys?
Yeah.
That Lisa Joyner is sexy. I mean, I don't know how the hell
she used to be the fly jock, right? She would do in 2 different towns. I'm thinking of Tom Joyner.
With like Jillian Barbary and those girls. She used to be on that Fox Good Morning L.A. with those girls and fill in. And she's like on an independent channel right now, but she is a really...
All right, we're going to look her up online here. Let me take a look at her. All right, I see her. She looks like every L.A. girl, so I don't know her in particular.
But for him, you'd think, she'd have to get somebody with money.
Well, you did, yeah. Well, he I'm sure you got a hit TV show. You got a few nickels put away. Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. You know who's another one I just saw on a talk show is Chris Kattan from Saturday Night Live. And I always thought he was a little fey. And then they mentioned that he's been married for 17 years and he's, banging these starlets out in Las Vegas.
Wasn't it even something that Brewer got in trouble with, that he did a couple Chris Kattan jokes that Lorne Michaels didn't... Well, there's another guy, Lorne Michaels. You never really suspect Lorne Michaels and his good friend Paul Simon. They both seem, not that they do anything effeminate, but in their masculinity... It still comes off like you're surprised that they're married to a woman.
Yeah, if you're picking an orientation, hetero's not going to be the first box you check off.
Yeah.
Tony Randall. It was always amazing to me Tony Randall took a bride.
He's not just straight, Fuzz, he's dead. He's that straight.
Of course, he took one when he was 80.
Yeah.
But apparently loved the ladies.
Matthew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Andrew McCarthy is officially married, and he's got 1 kid.
All right, Fez, you are spreading disparaging remarks. You know what, Earl? I need some sound drop that just says allegedly. So anytime that Fez is telling us gossip, we can just hit an allegedly. Allegedly.
I am shocked that Andrew McCarthy is married to a woman.
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Honeycomb Kid.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that Christopher Guest is married to Jamie Lee Curtis, so therefore, technically, he is.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Fez Watley, late 40s, never took a bride.
Late 40s. He hasn't seen his late 40s since the late 40s.
I'm not my late 40s.
He was in his late 40s during the war years.
I'm more offended by that accusation.
I'll say this, Fez, you are part of the greatest generation.
Thank you.
That's a compliment. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys, another guy you'd never suspect was straight, Tony Curtis.
Again, not only straight, a fucking poonhound. Got broads hand over fist. And yet, never gave off that straight vibe.
Alex Trebek talks about, I think he's been married a couple times.
All right, did you notice this, Fez? One of the links here seems to be Canadian. A lot of the Canadian show business people, Marty Short, Alex Trebek, half the kids in the hall that aren't gay, they all seem a little bit gay.
Maybe that's what it is, a Canadian vibe that's coming on. I'm not so much picking up a gay vibe as it must be a Canadian vibe.
The Canadian vibe close to the British vibe, where the British guys all seem like they're just so particular that you don't realize that they're straight.
Yeah. Al Roker is someone to me where it just doesn't even sound natural. He comes off to me as such a Nathan Lane type.
Right.
That it doesn't even sound natural when he talks about, his Father's Day book coming out or what he's done with the kids.
Yeah. He's been married for a long time, I guess. Regis's producer. And to me, he's almost a fucking queen. He's almost a screaming queen.
Gelman.
Yeah.
That is the perfect one so far.
And Regis would be like, I was out with Gelman and his wife and the baby. And I'm going, oh, my God.
Yeah, when Gelman was getting married, it was, things are coming along great for the wedding.
Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
It was David Spade. I always just figured he was to be gay until just lately with the Heather stuff coming out. I always just assumed he was a gay guy.
Yeah, and he's done very well with the women. Dated a lot of famous women, and yet seems gay. William, you're on Ron and Fez. Prince, perfect example. Now, there's also a thing of black guys, Earl, that worry about their hair, have nice clothes. You always assume that they're gay.
Yes, what's his name?
If they're not wearing throwback jerseys, they seem gay.
Yeah, God forbid you put on a nice suit or a sweater.
Yeah.
You think you're a gay guy.
A sweater on a black guy seems gay right away.
Yeah, like the big one now is Terrence Howard from the movie Hustle and Flow, because again he loves sweaters, he loves a lot of whites and
white women.
No, allegedly.
Oh, and also like during award season last year, he kept taking his co-star from that HBO miniseries with him as his escort. So it's not like he had his chick or a chick on his arm. It was like the polite thing to do, like bringing your mother.
Right. Or your assistant. I'm taking my assistant. She deserves to be there. Okay, fine. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, guys, what's up? I just want to tell you I'm from California, now living in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I could totally confirm that whole Canadian gay vibe you guys are talking about.
There is, yeah.
Come across as gay to me.
Yeah, they kind of, they have outside interest is one of the problems. They have non-sports interest. They seem like they take care of themselves. Their clothes fit. It's off-putting. Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ron. David Foley that does the celebrity poker thing. Is he the gay half of the Kids in the Hall, or is he the non-gay half of the Kids in the Hall?
All right, Dave Foley, Fez. You remember Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mankind?
No, Ronnie. That's Mick Foley.
Oh, okay. Dave Foley. He's one of the straight ones. Dave Foley.
Oh man, I can't believe that.
Yeah,
it is hard to believe,
and it's a Canadian thing. It is a Canadian thing.
I think there's a little paleness that goes with the Canadian thing that kind of takes you in a gay vibe as well.
Mike Myers. He had a wife for a lot of years. Now that they're divorcing, starts up again. I think it's just a Canadian thing.
Mike Myers, with him, it was the woman. I think that was like a high school sweetheart, too. I think his wife was.
No idea.
So
I can't go into all the details. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, this guy used to work on NEW. I used to hear him on O&A a lot. I think his name is Earl Douglas.
Earl, you have somewhat of a gay vibe.
Oh, no, I don't. Not at all.
Yes, you do. You're particular about your clothes. There's certain clothes you won't wear. You are particular about what you eat. That a lot of times when I notice people are ordering burgers, you'll have a salad or just some dry turkey. Another thing, you're interested in photography, art, writing. This scares straight men.
Those are things that I like. Those are hobbies. I mean, as far as food, I mean, it's more of a medical thing more than anything else.
All right, let's go through it. You watch what you eat. You enjoy photography. You know the names of photographers. You love cock. You enjoy music.
No, I do not love cock.
Art.
What was the third one?
He's always doing hand sanitizers and soap.
Ah.
And he has
hand sanitizers are a dead giveaway.
How about whenever he shaves the head in here, how he's so particular about getting lotion on the head and everything and moisturizers?
You have a lot of friends that are girls.
I have tons of friends, men and women as friends. That doesn't mean I'm gay.
You said when and women.
Men. I'm sorry, but
are these men friends of yours?
Straight as an arrow.
Well, I don't know why are you fighting it?
I'm not fighting anything. I'm just stating facts.
All right, let's even go to Dave. Is there one thing that Dave does that's that you would think of as kind of gay?
No, sloppy dresser, bad eater.
I'm trying to think.
No.
If anything, it's that when he brings up stuff about his masturbation stuff of always wanting to do it in public places, and, you know, some of the holding on to childhood stuff I worry about, too. You know, I play wiffle ball with my brothers, even though we're all in our 30s.
What about this? When he talks about his girlfriend Claire, but he treats her like a boy in these stories, like playing horse real rough with her.
Yeah, good point.
Or, just killing her in PlayStation.
I think of myself as just a jovial, straight man who...
Why protect it? I mean, everybody has different tendencies. We went through Earl's. What are mine, Fez? Give me one tendency to mine that comes off a little gay.
You like fine food.
Ow! How's that for gay? Huh? Now who's fucking gay?
Ow! You clobbered me with a cowbell, and I believe you hit me right where you hit me the last time with it. This is never going to heal.
I want to point this out to you, Fez. With that cowbell, I can hit you anywhere in your body I want. You ask me to move it over 2 inches, I'm like the Rocket. I will test the umpire in the opening innings.
The bruise was still there from the last time, and you hit it like it's a freaking bullseye, like it's a magnet.
Why'd you have to hit me with the gay stuff, though? I never do that with you.
You asked.
Yeah, but it was right there, top of mind. You got to go throwing it out at everybody. Fucking hurt my feelings.
Can we keep the cowbell over here?
Go ahead. That means you're responsible for ringing it, though. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
If you tell me Matthew Broderick's straight, you're fucking lying.
Hey, you're going to the big-ass prize closet, my friend. What are you betting it with?
My pen. I don't have the stick. I don't have the drumstick.
Oh, no problems at all there.
Ow! That, I believe, went in my gut. You're going to the big-ass prize closet. You'll pick up a CD copy of Don't You Know Who I Think I Was, the best of the replacements.
Talking about seeming a little gay.
From Rhino.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ron, will you please stop hitting Fezzy with the cowbell?
Yeah, I didn't even think I'm probably going to get that memo from Wiki. A lot of complaints.
Or an off-the-record phone call tonight.
I think definitely Henry Rollins, because he's just so homophobic that he's got to be gay.
I don't think there's anything...
Flag shows in the 80s, a bunch of guys with no shirts, all sweaty, bumping up against each other. Come on.
All right. First of all, I don't think there's anything homophobic about Henry Rollins. And I know a lot of people, they say stories about Henry because he doesn't mention as, whoever he's with. And of course, when you don't marry or whatever, that worries people. By the way, his last show this season on AFC this weekend, he's bringing back the original Rollins band, so try to check that out. And we had him on at the beginning of the season. That fucking show he's done some really great interviews. He had some great guests on there. But I don't know. I do agree with you about punk shows and heavy metal shows. To me, heavy metal shows and wrestling are the most homoerotic things that mainstream America, that supposedly straight America, adapts and has no problems with.
Well, the wrestling goes back to the Greeks.
Exactly. But, I mean, if you look at both of those things, you're like, okay, boys. All right, no problems here. Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Mike, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, boys. Listen, I hope I got a good one here, but just how gay is Dave Navarro.
Well, you know, when you're in a video making out with another guy, people are going to say things.
I think the latest rumor on him is he's hooked up with Jenna Jameson after his marriage to Carmen Electra.
Jenna Jameson?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
What year?
I read.
Where do you hear and read these things? What are you reading that I'm not? It's always confusing to me.
I usually go to MSNBC.com and read the scoop there.
Oh, do me a favor and go ahead and get it off your chest. I know it's bothering you. Tom Cruise's baby.
Oh, Tom Cruise's baby. Surrey Cruise, Vanity Fair. It should be out this fall. Finally, the pictures of it taken by Annie Leibovitz. So, finally, we're going to get to see Surrey Cruise. She'll probably be about 6 months old by the time these things get out.
Now, again, I'm not saying it's gay. You say Annie Leibovitz, and I see Earl sit up all straight, all excited, because he knows a famous photographer.
I just follow the genre. It doesn't make me gay.
You also watch Project Runway weekly. I will never watch that show again, by the way.
Did you watch it last night?
No. I'm not ever going to watch it again. I don't care what happens. I would like to see the black guy do well, but the point is, I don't watch the show. I don't care what happens anymore. They're dead to me, Earl.
What has turned you so off of this?
You know what turned me off of it. You feel like you're a stranger?
No, I know you.
Well, what turned me off of it?
That Keith went home, got sent home for having pattern books, and that Tim Gunn will not, even though he's blocks away, will not come in here and do this show.
Well, why would you ask me then?
Just to clarify, or which one has you more?
So you were doing that for the listeners, not for yourself?
Yeah.
All right, that's professional. You just did something professional.
Just to kind of set the table, as they put it.
I had no idea. Heather, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
I was wondering, Dane Cook seems so gay, even though he's with Jessica Simpson, but he just acts so gay.
Now, is he really with Jessica Simpson, Fez, or is that just one of the alleged rumors?
That's one of the alleged rumors.
Because I know I saw his little Tourgasm show, and he was saying he has a lovely girlfriend that stays home while he goes on the road.
Yeah, and every now and then you see like a sentimental phone call being made off of the bus where they can just get a couple seconds alone.
Or he's buying clothes for her. I'm going to take this home to Teresa.
And he was talking about getting his chest waxed and doing all sorts of stuff with the guys.
Right.
And it was just...
Well, I mean, there's only one guy on that bus that comes off as straight.
Robert Kelly.
Yeah, everybody else... It seems like a gay bus, and then suddenly there's a rude Italian guy in the middle of it. But other than that, if they don't have Robert Kelly, or the Token, as he's called...
Then it's Priscilla, Queen of the Jungle.
Yeah.
The desert.
Glenn, you're on Ron and Fez.
Jimmy Fallon, that's one.
Jimmy Fallon is a guy that seems gay, but then you hear he's always with a hot chick.
Yeah, he always has a relationship going on. I don't know who it is right now, though.
You know a lot about gossip, though, I'm finding out.
Oh, yeah. I try to check up every single day.
Why?
I don't know. I find it interesting.
Oh.
Just to see how people mix and match. You know, how like the Hollywood high school, how someone will go from...
Why are you interested in that, not your own life? Why aren't you interested in people's love lives that, you know?
I don't. I guess it's just more exciting the fact that they're celebrities.
Because they're famous.
Yeah.
They're exciting celebrities. Pitsy wants to add something.
What about Jonathan Anton from Blowout? He's got a kid and he's married. The stylist.
Oh, yeah, he does seem a little bit gay. You're right. I didn't even think about that. A lot of hairdressers, though, I heard this from a lot of guys, they do the straight hairdressers do incredibly well with women. I would probably say the same about straight designers. It's a smart thing to get involved in a business that women care about if you're trying to attract women to you.
The women care about it, and like if you're Jonathan Anton, if you're with a woman, you can pamper her because you know how to do it. You know, you start talking about her hair, you know, shampooing it and stuff. That's pampering that no one can resist.
Wow. You are so uncomfortable. You are so uncomfortable, seriously.
I don't mean to be.
Don't you?
I never intend to.
Did you get uncomfortable during the pampering talk, girl?
I was extremely.
I felt like you were telling the area like you were the girl. That's what it came across from me. Like you weren't telling it as an outsider. You suddenly wonder what it was like to have someone do your hair at all times. Here's Mel. Mel, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I always thought Owen Wilson was a little on the gay side there.
Owen Wilson.
A little feminine.
Yeah, a little bit feminine, yet women love him. I think the angle is he travels that broken nose. He'd never tried to fix the nose. Smart move. I think a woman likes a scar.
What's his nickname? The Butterscotch Cowboy? Butterscotch something.
I am so uncomfortable. Where does this nickname that you bring up come from?
That's in the gossip pages.
Is it? Or is it something that you wrote on a poster?
No, I would not write the Butterscotch Cowboy on a poster.
Is it the Butterscotch...
I'm not getting that right.
You know.
I know what it is. It was a horse. It's the Butterscotch Stallion.
So it's something that you ride, that a cowboy would ride.
A blonde steed.
Hey, Fez, I was going to ask you about this. Everyone's talking about T.O. going to Dallas. How's T.O. going to do? Is Keyshawn still in Dallas?
Yeah, Keyshawn's still there.
Well, no one's bringing up the Keyshawn connection because that would be crazy.
No, Keyshawn's in Carolina.
What? Keyshawn went to Carolina?
He's with the Carolina Panthers now. He's their possession receiver.
I'm a dope. I had no idea.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about Keyshawn in a while. He never had any heat on him when he went to Dallas after leaving Tampa. I couldn't imagine both those guys being on the same team.
Right, and the Panthers, man, he might as well have snuck into town in the middle of the night. I didn't hear any of that stuff.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, anybody mention Anthony Cumia? He's a real fancy man.
He may be fancy, but oh god, what a beautiful chick! I tell you how many times I fantasized about that.
Ronnie, we're on the air.
I know we are, bro. 12-3. East Coast. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how about Philip Seymour Hoffman? He seems like he might be gay.
Well, you know, he played a gay role. I'm trying to think if I had to go over anyone here at 202 XM. I can't. Fez and Earl.
We lead the pack?
What about Than?
Than, I could see that. Soft-spoken, piano player.
He's a piano player?
Oh, yeah, very well.
Let's fucking lock it up then.
Does very well on the keyboards.
Lock it up. Anybody else crush your gaydar here, Fez? Well, I hate to say it, but Wiki. When Wiki would say, my girlfriend and I, everybody would always go, girlfriend? You gotta be kidding me.
And that's everybody.
Yeah.
That one wasn't even up for debate, really.
Yeah. So Wiki, Than, Earl, Fez is their leader.
Leader?
But, you know, the guy brought up Anthony, jokingly, I guess. Nothing about O&A seems gay to me. Actually, almost homophobic. If I had to go in any direction, I think they could probably use a little more feminine energy on that show. They could use a Fez Whatley.
Makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder what?
If that would work there.
Oh.
So much testosterone.
I'm willing to throw it in. I'm willing to try.
I don't think we should try this. I don't like this experiment one idea. Not even on the drawing board, I don't like it.
Why don't you take up some coconut cupcakes and see if they'll like you?
Trust me, that doesn't work for popularity's sake.
Look how quick the president ran down the steps of that plane. Like a little kid.
Someone must have had liquids on board.
Now here's what he just said. We're still not completely safe. When are we ever completely safe in the universe?
This plot that the British uncovered to blow up planes over the United States, planes that were coming into the country from Britain.
Yeah.
They're now saying that plot was only a day or two away from happening. We were days away from this thing going off.
Really?
I am dying to try to find out how they were going to get the liquid explosives onto carry-on luggage. If they weren't going to carry them on the plane themselves. You don't carry on stuff onto the plane and go, oh, wait, I forgot something. I got to get back off.
Let me ask you the truth. Is this something that you should be looking into? Is this something that might not be the best thing for you?
This is not healthy for me whatsoever. And I had just booked my next vacation flight. Yeah. So it's like as soon as I hit submit, some sort of plane news comes up.
What about your new nickname, Crashy?
I don't like that nickname. I don't know where it came from.
All right, here's an uncomfortable moment, Fez. One of the people that you just out at Than is on the air right now. How you doing, Than? What do you say, buddy?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
So I lead the list above Earl.
Well, I know you're just on the list and it doesn't even mean gay. It's guys that people are surprised that they're straight. Now, one thing about you play the piano, right?
Yeah, that's true.
What type of music?
Hardcore.
Come on, be honest with us.
Classical.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really help my cause.
He can play by ear, too, Ronnie.
And I noticed this, for the O&A show, I would consider you clean.
What do you mean?
Well, you seem like you're hygienic. And now I'm going to throw in, O&A are very hygienic themselves.
Well, among the producers, the bar's pretty low, I got to be honest.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we go by Danny, who nobody is going to accuse of anything.
That makes everyone on the planet a faggot.
Right, that's true.
Steve walks around here wearing a tiger skin that he killed earlier.
I did see him gnawing on a bone, and I believe it to be human. That's so scary. You have a girlfriend, Than?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, why don't you bring in some pictures of her, just to be sure?
They're on MySpace.
So you anticipated this.
Wait a minute, you have a MySpace page?
Oh, yeah, we all do.
Yeah, that's a little gay. It's the way of me meeting new friends and staying in touch with people.
Yes. And for networking comedy as well.
Yeah, it always works out that way. All right, then.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Bye.
There goes the maestro.
There he goes. Come Saturday morning, I'm going away with my friends. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Al Dukes.
Yeah, Al Dukes always seemed gay. And I'll tell you, the first time I thought Al Dukes was gay. He's on his knees blowing a guy. And I'm trying to get his attention.
Then what happened?
Well, Al's like this. Would you wait until he comes in my face? And I'm like, this is a little gay.
With Al, one of the things with him was to even get him talking about, women in a sexual sense, he would have to be blasted. That was the only time he started to show interest.
It's odd when you try to out others.
Won't you, big brother, big brother?
It's a Big Brother update.
All right, Indy Mike, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, it's a live show tonight. What's your feelings? I haven't heard much from you, Ron. What are your feelings now on the show?
Kaser's going out, I believe, tonight.
Right. You still sticking with it, though? You're a couple of weeks ready to give up.
Yeah. I am going to stick with it. I'm a little nervous about the twist because I don't like a twist in a game. I like a game to have rules. So I'll have to see what happens tonight with
coup d'etat thing?
With the coup d'etat, yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm still a fan.
And they brought back some house guests yesterday that they'll show tonight. And apparently they're bringing back some others. Just bringing them back to kind of walk around the house or be involved in some of the contests. There's nobody coming back in yet that we can tell.
No, are they actually in the house because they've been showing their faces through the mirrors?
Well, it was like a couple nights ago, they're and this isn't really giving away any big thing, but it looked like their faces just appeared behind. There's two-way glass, and so it was like they were shining a flashlight in their faces, and they would kind of appear in the windows. But they'd had some kind of a competition or some kind of a seance thing yesterday. I think that they'll show on the show tonight where former house guests were saying things. We haven't figured out if it was in person or it was just a videotape they were watching. It'll probably be shown tonight. But then they said they're going to have some more former house guests judging the food competition tomorrow, which hopefully will be shown on the live feeds when they do it. And then there'll also be even more, I guess, will be involved in the Power Veto competition.
All right, man. Sounds good.
I don't know if you have any favorite. I mean, like Cappy or Eric from last year is one of the guys that was supposedly in the thing yesterday, and don't know who else may be showing up over the rest of the week.
Well, I agree that Kaser's going home tonight over James.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I think the twist will be Kaser will come right back into the house again like he did last year.
Well, there's a lot of people disappointed he's going, but he hasn't done anything. He
had the opportunity to.
Well, he had a household,
right?
And he managed to he had Nokomis ready to go, and then he changed his mind. He felt sorry for her, and he's really trying to play with too much integrity. I just love the game that Danielle and Will are playing. Those two are just head and shoulders above everybody else in my mind.
Yeah, Will's the only entertaining one. Like Danielle's a really great player, but she's not, necessarily fun TV.
Right.
Will's the fucking star of the show, and I understand he's in trouble for calling Julie Chen sweetheart.
He's in trouble for everything. Ticks off. Apparently, the production staff really does not like him, and I guess I read somewhere where, of course, you never know with Will, but Will was quoted as saying that he's broken more microphones than anybody else in Big Brother history. He throws out wild stories all the time, but he's a lot of fun to watch. If he would stop singing so much, because that always gets the feeds to shut off.
Yeah, that gets the flames. But again, he does it just to annoy. Here's Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. Yeah. I don't like the way they're doing Marcellus. Marcellus, they're blaming him for the TV and the $5,000 cash, and the only thing he got was not having to eat the slop.
Yeah, but
and he gave that to Chicken George so he could go to the party. I mean, that's just a raw deal for him. I don't like this at all.
Well, that's the way the game's played, right, Mike? And the thing is that they had him until Danielle was too smart to fall for it. But
yeah, they're just playing. They just took it as, hey, let's put the blame on somebody else so everybody doesn't point their fingers at us, and it worked.
Yeah, Fezzy and I, I consider us Chilltown, and basically we could pick up some of that. All right, thanks a lot, Indy Mike.
Bring.
Yeah.
Bring. Hey,
yeah.
Ronnie.
Oh, yeah, Fez.
Hey, did you notice that I walked out of here with $5,000 and everyone thinks Marcellus did it?
Philip, you're on Ron and Fez.
What up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I was going to say, just because Earl prefers white cock to black cock doesn't make him gay.
All right, let me check on that. Earl, if you had to be with a guy, white guy or black guy?
I would choose neither.
You have to be with one. That's the rule.
I don't want to have to. Well,
you have to, or God burns 1,000 babies.
Oh, Earl.
Now you're putting babies into it. If worst came to worst, I'd probably be with a black person.
Black what?
Person.
You have to say white cock or black cock.
That's the name
All right,
of the
let's
game.
say this, or else the Klansman kills your sister's kids. You got 3 seconds. Do you take a white cock or a black cock?
Black.
Earl, gee, what?
God, that took no time, huh?
I had 3 seconds.
God, just have Wesley Snipes bend you over, Earl.
Is that who it would be, Wesley Snipes?
Hell no.
Who would it be?
Well, that answer came quick.
Why am I even involved?
I mean, who's in the back of your mind? Patrick Ewing?
There is. Oh my God, no. I have no men in the back of my mind.
Well, you know one that isn't Patrick Ewing. So there's got to be somebody that you prefer to Patrick Ewing.
No, I just said no outright.
Let me ask you this: the guy that you fantasize about, does he or does he not play guitar with a band called Living Color?
Well, he plays in a Living Color, but I do not fantasize about him. Not at all.
Good
He's one of my dearest friends.
Good call, Ronnie. I was going to go with Bernie Williams.
Fez, do you have a dear friend? He has a dearest friend. No straight guy has dearest friends. Doesn't happen. Old ladies and gay guys have dearest friends. Hey, Murray, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, fellas, see if you get Earl to say, I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And if he says it the right way, go back to the movie with Eddie Murphy at Beverly Hills Cop and get him to say like Eddie Murphy recommends saying it. That might straighten him out.
Yeah, Murray, you're a real ringing baritone yourself.
Let me go to Brian. Brian, you're on the air.
Hey, since Earl prefers black cock, does this mean that he's a size queen now?
You know, it really does seem like you're a size queen, that you got to have them big and thick. You'd be better off picking a Chinaman for yourself. Less damage. Less fucking damage. That way it's like getting banged in the ass by an Audi belly button. Not so bad. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Newsflash, Earl loves black cock.
Heard it here on the Ron and Fez show.
Newsflash? Was that yesterday's news? Here's George. George, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, who's this? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. You're on the air.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, man, I think that Earl's probably a size queen. You go for somebody like Shaquille O'Neal.
Is that it, Shaq? Shaq Fu?
No. How did this turn into me being gay? I never said
You
that.
sat here on the fucking show and said you prefer a black guy to a white guy.
No, it's given an ultimatum but I never said randomly I would do it. No.
What about Arsenio?
What year is this?
I was thinking, where did that come from?
You got the 89 feeling. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I suggest Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman do it for you, Earl?
No,
Not big enough, huh?
No, I do not. I want to make this perfectly clear. I am perfectly straight.
But if you had to, you said you want a big black cock.
In the absolute most extreme situation,
you said balls
maybe.
the size of grapefruits. Why is that? Why do you like the big balls?
I did not say
Let me ask you this too, Earl. Would you want the guy to shave down or nice and furry?
What? I have no idea.
If you had to. I mean, you're already going now.
You got to keep these 1,000 babies from being killed.
Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Earl, just wondered if you were a top or a bottom man there.
Earl, you're going to take it in the ass, right?
No.
So you can fuck a man in the ass?
No.
You can have a hard-on coming up to a guy's bunghole.
No.
That's fucking gay, Earl.
Never said that.
Excuse me, Senator Obama. I love your ass.
You said you were not a bottom, and you said you'd pick a black guy. Don't act like I'm putting words in your mouth, Earl.
When given a particular situation.
You know who I could see, Earl, with Grady from Sanford and Son.
Moving right along the same speed there.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, does this mean that Earl changed the name of his show to the Black Cock Coalition?
BC? BCC?
That's funny. I want to give him a prize for that one. It's too funny.
I bet you do want to give him a prize.
Stop it. I am not gay.
That's the prize everybody's after. Sick fuck. Is this what you want your show to be on the weekends?
No, I am not. I am not gay.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
I wanted to know where Earl was on RuPaul.
They used to work together.
Yes, we worked together for 6 months.
Work each other over?
No, did not work. He was in straight clothes when he worked there.
What's that, make him straight?
No, but I'm just saying.
You act like suddenly, he's not, I don't have to worry about him being gay. He had on pants.
You also choreographed his stage act, right, Earl?
No, I did not.
Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Earl, you like a cut or uncut?
What's your angle on that, Earl?
I don't like either cut or uncut. I am a straight man.
Are you?
Yes.
Where's the pussy? Nick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Earl's a racist. He'd rather have a thick black cock than be with a small white guy.
Earl did come across a little racist.
Well, everyone has their preferences. I don't have a preference of black or white.
Well, I prefer my kids not to go to school with black kids, Earl. What do you call that?
That's racism, Ron.
Thank you.
Damn.
Earl gets all the preferences he wants. I get none.
I want us to all to live equally.
I prefer a white neighborhood. I can't get it in this day and age. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Earl, just remember it ain't gay if you don't push back.
Earl looks like he's doing Pilates. Some of the fucking places he gets himself. Is that your preference, Earl?
No, it is not.
You want someone funny like comedian George Wallace?
No, not George. What, George Wallace?
Or Governor George Wallace. Who would you be with sexually? Governor George Wallace or comedian George Wallace?
I'm not even sure because isn't Governor Wallace dead or in a wheelchair?
Time machine. You go back to 68 and bang him.
No, I am.
Wow, that's before the shooting.
I'm not gonna.
I want his dick still working.
A healthy George Wallace.
Sure. Running for president. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, just wanting to know, so is Earl a condom man or not when he's doing that?
I am
condom or bareback?
I am a straight man, and when I have straight sex, I use a condom.
Straight into the guy's ass?
No.
All right, Earl, let's remember where we are right now. You told me you prefer being sexually with a black man to a white man. Did you not?
I said that after a situation was presented in front of me, where it's like if someone told a gun to my sister's kids, and I have 3 seconds to think
it's
about it.
It's a cap gun. So that has nothing to do with it.
Well, you didn't say cap gun.
I meant cap gun, obviously. I'm not going to shoot a little black baby. I'm a Yankee. Blue belly, if you will.
I said under.
So you said you preferred, as you put it, and I'm going to quote here, black cock.
Well, given the choice, I said black. I never said the other word.
Thick black cock, you
No,
said.
I did not.
Well, let me see. Fez, what did he say?
I heard him say thick black cock.
Again. So. And then you said you also like them shaved.
No, I did not.
So you want big hairy balls?
No, I don't want hairy balls either.
And
I
you
don't want any balls.
And you want it cut?
Obviously cut. What are we, fucking savages? English savages? All right, look who just came in. Winnie Cooper. How you doing, Winnie?
Hi. I'm trying to get some of the gay out of the show.
It's too late. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's way too late for that. I guess you heard what Earl said his preferences were.
Yeah, and Earl, I accept you. It's okay.
Google Gobble, one of us. We accept you. When you ever been with a black guy?
Yeah.
Two?
Just one.
Just one?
Just one.
Famous?
No.
You've been with famous guys, though, right?
I wouldn't call anybody I've been with famous.
Rock
I usually
stars.
get them on the downslide.
Yeah. Oh, on their way after fame.
Yeah, way after fame.
Who is the most recognizable name of somebody that you've been with before? Just write it down for me. I promise not to say.
I trust you. I don't trust you.
No, you have to trust me. That's the whole point.
Okay, he's probably the most famous, but I didn't have sex with him. So just kind of hooked up in that old high school.
Making out?
Yeah.
All right, give me the make out thing.
I can't. It's so embarrassing to
All right, let me just say, I'm not.
Oh my god!
I promise not to read.
Do you swear?
Yeah.
You can give really good hints on this guy, though.
No.
This is interesting.
Wow.
I told you it was bad. Don't.
Wow, that's really, really embarrassing. Maybe the most embarrassing I have ever seen.
I want to see it.
I know, and I can't show you because you'll be too excited.
I can control myself.
You can't. Was that at a club or something?
Yeah.
So why not go all the way? What happened there?
It was just the environment. I probably would have, just because I don't ever say no, but it just didn't really come
She never says no, even to a rapist. And let me just tell you this. That takes all the fun out of it. If a woman would just say to a rapist, is that it? Is that all you got? I think the guy would normally stop and go away.
That's the only way to disarm them, is say,
okay. It seems like the right way to go. And then they're like, well, aren't you going to cry? No. Giggle a little. When you brought this before, you've never been in love. You've never had true love.
No, not really. I have almost, but I never actually had it.
Earl, never true love?
Once.
True love?
Yeah, once.
Well, wouldn't you still be together if it was true love?
I would think so.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
What was his name?
It was not his name.
Patrick Ewing. Is that why you were so uncomfortable?
Well, it was one of the Knicks. That's why he was uncomfortable. It wasn't Ewing. It was somebody.
I did not.
Has ever had true love?
No, I don't think I've ever had true love.
All right, let me ask you this. $1 million tax-free or true love? What do you take? Winnie?
That's hard, because I know what money feels like.
Sure.
I don't know what love feels like.
That's
so
true.
What if it's not all it's cracked up to be?
You got to make your decision.
I'm going to go with love, because I think I'd finish the money real fast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, surprising. Earl?
I would take the money.
Take $1 million.
Take $1 million.
Now, let me point this out. You won't get true love now once you give up the money.
Oh, man.
I mean, it only seems fair.
But you could
That's
pay
only
for
right. You're picking one or the other.
Yeah, you're picking one or the other. It's $1 million tax-free today, or you find that true love, the love of your life. What about you, Fez?
I am going to take the $1 million, tax-free.
Over the true love the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Why?
Not knowing the true love, I don't think I would miss it. So I would take the $1 million tax-free.
How did I turn out to be the only
I want to wipe a tear away just by him saying that.
Aw.
It breaks my heart.
So you never had love, and you also don't have hope.
You're not looking
That's
for
kinda
your true
sad.
love, is what the point is.
No, I'm not looking. So give me the $1 million tax-free.
What if it was even $40? Would you take the $40 over true
You could
love?
buy a lot of comic books with $40.
No, not really.
So that was not even a question for you.
Yeah, I would take the $1 million tax-free.
And you're not looking for love?
No, I don't. No, not looking.
What weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. A little sad, but that's only my map of the world. Doesn't make it yours. Let me check real quick with the Flash. He's a young man. He's a college guy. He's only been with one girl. The other one he has oral with. $1 million tax-free or true love rest of your life.
I got to go with the true love.
There you go, my friend.
Because that'll keep on giving long after the money stuff.
Now I'm crying in a whole different direction.
He's so cute.
He is. Don't touch him.
No, I'm staying away.
Seriously.
I'm staying
Or
away.
I will read this out.
Please don't spoil our interns.
And this is, by the way, the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Doesn't that show that I truly trust you and love you, that I let you see that?
I'm appalled. This is one of those secrets I'm appalled to know. It's like, you ever have, you're gacking up with a friend, and he'll do this. I feel like I gotta get off this, I killed a guy. I didn't mean to do it. I hit him with a car. I feel like I could trust you not to tell anyone. And then you're stuck with that forever. That's how I feel with this. It's sick and it's terrible. Taylor, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'd say money. Specifically because I think when you get married, all that true love goes away.
Oh, I disagree with that. I disagree with that 100%.
You don't have to marry the true love. You're just going to get it.
Yeah, if it's the real love of your life, it'll always be there. That's what we're talking about, a perfect love here. All right? Like a perfect wave. This is a perfect love. It will go on and on and on.
Till death do you part. Or maybe even beyond.
I don't know. I can't sit here and speak for what happens on the other side. But it's true love. I can only give you the earthly experience, Fez, that you will experience what it feels like to be truly in love. And you'll stay that way. Here, now, let me talk to a woman who knows a little bit about this. It's Solaire. Solaire.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Quick question to Winnie.
Yeah.
Do I know who it is?
Yes, you do.
Okay, was I there that evening?
Yes, you
were.
were.
That is the most embarrassing thing.
It really
ever.
is bad, yeah.
It was the night we first
awful.
met.
Yeah, it was the night we first met.
Oh, yeah, you know all about it.
And you're a romantic just like me. Look at that. True love all the way.
Shocking.
Yeah. Now, the true love, Solaire, would you know if you don't get up in the morning and throw up on him and run out? Is that how you know it's
that's
true love?
True love. When you don't want to kill him or throw up on him.
Right.
True love.
Wow. All right.
All right. See you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.
So ashamed.
Earl, what were you on, the money or the true love?
I took the money, but now I'm starting to think about it. I want to change my mind.
All you can think about is that big black cock in your face.
No, I am not gay.
The money will buy plenty of that, Earl.
By the way, that just made Flash so happy. That joke just had him roll back, and he kind of did a little point at Earl while he was laughing at him. All right, Fezzy, here's somebody who has kind of one of your best friends, Stalker Patty. Let's see. And Stalker Patty, we all would like to see fall in love.
Or get $1 million. I'd be happy with
either
that.
one, really. Because, let's face it, she'll lose both within seconds. Stalker Patty.
How are ya?
Hi, honey. How are you?
Great. I would take the $1 million tax-free and then let a little bit of time go by when it, gets interest in the bank, and then I'd go looking for my true love.
How much time?
But here's the
not that much left.
interest. The interest is not as big as it used to be in the 60s when everybody used to say, I'll put the $1 million in the bank and live off
put
of
it in a bank,
Yeah.
then wait, and then in a
Wait.
month go looking for your
You don't have that many years left.
You have the $1 million.
But
Here's
here's the point. You're not going to find true love again. This is, you got to figure God is setting this up in front of you. And basically, what is more important to you, love or money? In this,
Well, right now, money would be more important. But, there's always later on.
Patty, have you ever had love in your life?
Closed.
Pat, have you ever had true love?
To tell you the truth, I almost went out with somebody studying college, but because he was Jewish, I had the Christian fellowship talk me out of it.
Smart
and now
move
I
on
kick
everybody.
myself because
Yeah.
he would have been a great guy for me.
Wasn't it The Other Sister? Isn't this the plot for The Other Sister? Let me change. What if it was true love with Opie or $1 million?
I'm afraid that you're dealing with the law of impossibilities, okay?
See, with Opie, you'd get both. All right, thank you a lot, Patty.
Silly now, wouldn't it?
All right, bye-bye.
I think her cats
Okay,
really
have a
love
good
her.
day. Bye.
Her true love is a kitty.
Stuck a kitty.
Meow, meow, meow. Kill me, meow, meow, meow.
Did that cat just say kill me?
Yeah. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
1964.
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway, comment for Fez. Aren't you looking for true love if you're looking to adopt a baby?
Oh, yeah, that is true. That would be love, Fez. By the way, somebody sent this to you for your baby. It's a beautiful little chimp. I don't know where the card is to it. Let's see if this is it.
It's a baby chimp for baby love.
Yeah.
Newborn chimp.
Is that some kind of knock on what kind of baby you're going to get? Because that's not right.
I don't know where that card is.
It says, try me, I'm a puppet.
Anyway, thanks for the chimp. Oh, that come from Faith.
Oh.
Faith bought that for you.
Thank you, Faith.
She says, love you on XM, and that's from the Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
She saw it and thought you had to have it.
Just during her lunch.
Yeah. Chad, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Chad.
Hey, I'm sorry about that. Hey, I gotta go with money. Have you seen the movie City of Angels where it's true love and she dies?
Yeah. Well, by the way, you'd like to probably see the real version of that before
much better.
Yeah. Before you waste your time with Nick Cage and Duckface, but you still have that love.
Go
you
see Wings of Desire.
Yeah, you still have love, even when you lose. Everybody, Fez wants to know if it goes on in the eternity. I can't say for that, Fez. I don't know what happens next. But here on Earth, you want to experience everything, right? You want to get the full ride.
And that way you would have the rest of your lifetime.
Fezzy, why aren't you looking for love?
I don't know. I just kind of gave up looking for love.
At one time you were?
I don't even know if I actually was. I always assumed, but now I don't think so.
So you never wanted love, or at least you never desired it.
Never desired it. Just never had that feeling for it.
When he's crying. When he don't cry.
It's sad.
What if he will live this life by you? Just going from anonymous sex to anonymous sex.
Well, I'm equally sad, don't get me wrong.
Are you sad by the things that you've done?
No, I don't regret the things that I've done. I do know that my life is not to be admired all that much.
I don't know. Last time I saw you out, a woman said to me, "That's the most confident woman I've ever seen in my life." And I thought to myself, I know her, and I know that not to be true. But people do think of you as confident.
Yes, well, it's all an act.
Fez, were you still thinking about the adoption, or are you back and forth on that?
I totally go back and forth.
We got something that Mooch. You're friends with Mooch, right?
I love him, yeah.
Yeah, in, where's he, in Ireland? Belfast. Are you going over to see him?
One day, probably.
Yeah. Mooch sent this to us, Fez, and it's just to remind you of how much fun that you had when Mikey Boy let us take care of his baby love. I'm going to tell you right now, too. I've seen a lot of babies in my life. That might be the cutest baby of all time.
Yeah, I'm getting excited about this. I'd like to think that I have it in me to be a really good parent. I'd like to think that the instincts would kick in and I would, under pressure, know how to do it.
All right, you're on your own now, Watley.
I got you. I got you, baby love.
She's so fucking cute, I can't believe it.
She's just adorable. This baby love loves me.
I think she does. She seems comfortable. She was giggling. Yes. Yeah. Let her talk away. That's good. She's ready to communicate.
See, she's having fun. This is a fun day.
She's so adorable. It takes everything I have just not to French kiss her.
Does she look hungry to you?
She looks starving, and I got news for you. I am not sitting here watching somebody eat in front of me. I gotta have a sandwich.
I think that sounds like Fez.
Let me hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Ez sound. Yeah, this is your new home.
You like it here?
You can call me Mr. Bennington. He's adorable.
Ronnie, what are you doing?
Huh?
Are you lighting a cigar?
Like I always do, buddy.
Yeah, no smoking in here anymore.
I'm not going to give it to her. I'm going to smoke it myself. Even though you're just as cute as can be. You're cute as a button. I got to find out how far I can throw you. Where I start swinging her.
By the feet?
Yeah, I bet I can go 60, 70 yards.
I don't want to hear this conversation. Find another baby to throw, mister.
You've changed. I need to find out where the little fontanelle is, too. Put a little red mark on that so I don't put my thumb there. I'm telling you right now, look at her staring at you. Something is being communicated here.
Yeah, she knows I'm the one keeping her from being tossed 25 yards onto a bed of pillows or into the East River.
I will tell you the truth, since you got that baby in here, I've been starving. If I put that butter spread baby Fez, I'd go through her like corn on the cob. All the way she's looking at Fez.
She's looking at me for protection now. Here comes the airplane. Here it comes.
Oh, she could not be more bored with you.
It's just that I had such a great time with baby love today. You'll never know how much I'm gonna miss you. That's the sad thing. You're too young to understand. Remember when we ate apricot?
Hand her back to her dad.
No, I won't.
You got to.
I won't. Call the cops if you have to.
We don't need to. We'll just take her off you.
Oh, she won't remember me, Ronnie.
No.
She will not remember.
Now it breaks my heart to see you so alone, so lonely.
These arms have never looked so empty, Ronnie.
Maybe she's the best baby because you did such a wonderful job. Maybe this is what you're cut out to do.
Does she have to go?
Yeah, she has to go.
Don't look back, baby love. Don't look back. That was great.
Yeah, wasn't it? I was one cute little baby, Fezzy, and that was maybe, you say you're incapable of loving, right?
Right.
You honestly believe you're incapable of loving?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm a very selfish, self-centered person.
Do you have self-love? You love yourself?
Oh, no. I have self-loathing.
Right. Maybe
if I could get true loathe...
That's where I was going. He beat me to the funny joke. I fucking hate when that happens. It's like so obvious. It's just hanging up there, but I wanted to be the one to spike it. I wanted everybody to say, hey, did you see Ron spike it? Fuck. Anyway, yeah, I know, Fez, maybe that's a little bit of your problem. And then the pea-shy thing, you don't want anybody to see your little peach.
Well, that's a self-hatred there in itself.
What's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's like it's a penis and a vagina at the same time.
It's just private. That's all there is.
Public that thing out a little bit. Here's JJ. JJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey, buddy.
You have to take true love. I mean, how many people have actually really been in true love? Everybody's just, it's convenient love they're in.
Yeah.
They never found their true love.
Yeah, it is a special thing. It is an important thing. And, for some reason, like, why don't we even say it to younger people? Why do we act like, oh, yeah, you ought to marry that girl from high school? Like guys will do all the, well, I guess you'd be like 19 and you're dating and people in your family like, well, I guess you two are next. I'm like, why won't you be fucking truthful with these kids? It's a long shot. None of these reality stars can stay married, huh?
No, the Barkers just broke up from MTV's Meet the Barkers.
That kid, he's left her, and now I guess he's emceeing at Charlie Goodnight's in Raleigh.
So that's the MTV curse. There's what they're calling that, the MTV curse.
All right, what's happening?
Dave Navarro, Carmen Electra broke up.
Done.
From their wedding show on MTV. And the newlyweds, Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson, they've broken up.
So every one of these shows, these marriage shows, are all done?
Yeah.
But I think it's the other way around. I think it's, why do you invite a camera into your home when you're not enough for each other? Then you need, like, distraction. So I think those guys were already in trouble before they invited cameras into their home.
Are you telling me you've never videotaped your lovemaking?
Actually, another surprise? No, I have not.
Good, I'm glad, because I don't want that all over the internet.
Especially with the names that I'm showing you, I really don't want that to be proof. Because I could be lying about that. No.
You know what? I think I lost the paper you gave
Find
me.
it.
Even though all these guys are looking for it. And only me and Solera know. And she's as disgusted as I am.
Yes.
Fez, I will give you one hint, and then there won't be any more.
Okay?
Uh-oh, no, don't.
And all I'll say is...
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Former child star. That's all
there
I'll
you
say.
go. Yeah.
Former child star.
All right.
Oh, wait, let me change that to embarrassingly... Former child star, yeah.
The most embarrassing one.
Really?
I don't know, I could think of one worse, but...
Who, Bonaducci?
Yes, I was going Bonaducci. Very good.
Two came to mind immediately when I heard the worst.
Yeah, it's one of those two, definitely.
Really? It can't be one of those two.
It was.
Can't be who I was thinking of. That's too bad.
What about this, Fez? What about you taking it upon yourself to look for love? Now, I'm not saying you find it. You get out there, you look.
Yeah, but I wonder if my heart's not in it, would I really be looking?
How do you know until you try?
Yeah, that's true.
How do you look? What's the steps to look for love?
You've got to meet people, right?
Just open
you got
to it?
Well, what about this? You leave your apartment and walk away from your TV.
Get off Retard Island. Okay, I hear you.
Look at a guy like Fez. Late 50s, well off.
Not late 50s.
Trim beard. Women would love him, and so would, if he's not, so would men.
He's really good looking.
Yeah.
I don't give me that look. Don't give me the look.
I'm not buying it.
It's true. I think you'd be a hit.
I've had a lot of people tell me that you're good looking, Fez.
Really?
Men and women, yeah. The only one that said that you weren't was Mario Cantone, and you let that fucking get right to you.
That one still hurts.
Mikey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey.
Yeah.
Was it Screech?
Now, I'm not going to sit here and have people guess.
No, we're not.
And
doing
even
that.
if you said it, I am not going to tell you whether it was or not. Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
For $200, I'd like to guess that child star.
Even if it was, I wouldn't tell you.
I purposely gave you the worst one.
Well, just for the hell of it, how about Urkel?
How the hell did you know who it was? Ring the cowbell.
That one black guy that I was with.
Happened to be Urkel. Yeah, who was the black guy that you were with?
Oh, just some dude.
Any way that you would tell your parents that one?
I wouldn't really tell my parents any of this, so no.
What do your parents want for you, Jewish boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. They want you to be one of the Israeli soldiers. That's what they would love, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I don't know. They just want me to be happy, but yeah, Jewish is part of the criteria.
Well, you are happy, but only for a little while. I mean,
right. A couple of minutes at the most. Really.
I always know that there's trouble if we're out with Winnie and I see her lining up shots for everybody. And I'm going to go, all right, she's going to disappear in half an hour. Now we're going to lose her. Here's Tom. Tom, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Tom.
Hello?
Yeah, what do you got, buddy?
I wanted to guess which dude it was.
Oh, we're not going to even tell you if it was.
What do you mean? All right, well, I still think it's Feldman and Dave's a fag.
Corey Feldman. No, it's Corey Haim. The other one who... The two Corys. You can't beat... They doing a TV show together this year?
Yeah, it's supposed to be based, of course, on their lives now.
Yeah.
Where Corey Feldman is the responsible one, married with a kid, and Corey Haim is still the happy-go-lucky bachelor.
I never thought of that kid as happy-go-lucky. When you're in and out of rehab on TV, it's not happy-go-lucky. It's more pathetic, go embarrassed.
And I think they are calling it the two Corys, which there's no better name for it.
No, it works. Let's take a break. We'll come right back and wrap up the show. Ron and Fez.
It's the Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.
That was the summer soundbite right here on Theme Time Radio Hour.
This week on Theme Time Radio Hour, Eyes.
It's Theme Time Radio Hour with your host, Bob Dylan.
I got to agree with John Lennon. He said if you're going to give rock and roll another day, you might call it Chuck Berry.
Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me.
Join me, Bob Dylan, for Theme Time Radio Hour. An hour of dreams, schemes, and themes.
Every week, a new theme, a different journey.
Theme Time Radio Hour with your host, Bob Dylan.
Hear it every Wednesday on D-Trax XM 40, 10 a.m. in the East, 7 a.m. in the West. And on The Village, XM 15 Thursdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. in the West.
Write Bob Dylan at xmradio.com.
The finest hour in American broadcasting. Right here on the XM network, satellite radio.
For additional airings, go to xmradio.com/Bob Dylan.
Theme Time Radio Hour.
Uncensored and unafraid to say anything, the Pretenders Artist Confidential from New York's Irving Plaza vibrates with rock and roll energy.
I've never read a contract. I don't care. People say, oh, you'll get ripped off. And I say, you know what? I don't care.
Recorded before a gig, Chrissy Hine and the band were in raw form and deliver the goods.
Right on.
For this week's Pretenders Artist Confidential Encore Times, go to exclusivemusic.xmradio.com.
Listen up, everybody. It's Trace Adkins inviting you to take a Highway 16 shortcut with me. My new CD doesn't hit stores until Tuesday, but you can hear every song on it this weekend on Highway 16 Shortcut.
It's the XM world premiere of Dangerous Man from Trace Adkins, followed by a special Network Live Trace Adkins concert from the House of Blues in New Orleans. It all begins this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on Highway 16.
Hockey notes and news on XM.
This is Dan Blakely, Red Wings fan. Some of them looking forward to more of this.
Back to Whitney, one-timer. Save is made by Hasek. Another shot, another save. Oh, my heavens. Stole shot. Again, Hasek the save. Oh, my heavens. The Dominator is tonight. Here's Fisher up the center with a loose puck. Hasek is unconscious. He is unbelievable.
The Dominator heading back to Detroit for his third tour of duty, switching off with Chris Osgood in the net this fall. First hit Motown in 2001 after a trade with the Buffalo Sabres. He won a Stanley Cup, retired, then came back, lasted 14 games before his groin gave out, recovered during the lockout year, then resurfaced in Ottawa. But then he was hurt at the Olympics and never found his way back to the Senators lineup. Hasek ranks 18th on the all-time win list with 324, 12th in shutouts. He has 68 of those.
For full hockey coverage, the Hockey Talk never stops on Home Ice, XM204.
High Voltage is an XL channel which may include explicit language. Channel blocking is available by calling 1-800-XM-RADIO or XM Canada at 877-438-9677.
Ron and Fez.
Hey, this is Ben Bailey. I'll be at Rascals in Baltimore this weekend, August 10th, 11th, and 12th. Come check it out. If you want more details, go to my website, which is www.therealbenbailey.com for more information.
The Ron and Fez Show.
XM202. Every week, NASCAR Nextel Cup driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets unrestricted on XM.
Kid Rock is going to marry Pamela Anderson. 82% say it'll last a year.
What?
Forever was a choice.
Wow.
I guess there's still hope out there that there's going to be a cure to where we can live forever.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Unrestricted. Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. East on NASCAR Radio XM 144.
NASCAR XM 144.
On Thursday in the majors, a Chicago South Side showdown.
Pitch is swinging a high fly ball right center field. Damon running back to the track. He's hit his 27. We are tied at 5. Light that scoreboard up.
The White Sox battle the Bombers.
Go crazy.
The White Sox, the Yankees on the South Side.
Hang on, there it goes. Deep left. It is high. It is far. It is gone.
It's the Sox and the Yankees.
Cheater.
It's all yours Thursday night, 8:05 Eastern. We have it on XM 177. Also on Thursday, Toronto and the Twins teeing off.
Here's Bauer swinging, driving one to deep right center. It is gone. Touch them all, Joe Mauer.
It's the Minnesota Twins. They're taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. It happens Thursday night, 8:10 Eastern. We serve it up for you on XM 179. On Thursday, it's wall-to-wall baseball to the power of X.
Check our 6020 Sports with James Scarville and Luke Russert on XM Channel 200.
John Maron of the New York Giants.
You're a rising radio star now.
That's it. We keep giving you all our linebackers, so you'll take Marcus Washington next year, right?
I'm going to get me fined.
The owners voted to have Roger Goodell as the new commissioner.
He brings continuity with a great track record.
Hearing Fridays at 8 a.m. in the East with encores at 10 and 11. And on Saturdays at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. Eastern.
Check out 6020 Sports on XM Live, Channel 200.
What's up with all my Planet Priestley peeps?
It's Janet.
Janet Jackson.
In control. Tomorrow night, Priestley sits down with Janet Jackson and talks about her new CD, 20 Years Old. And is there any truth to the rumor about a song with Mariah Carey? And what it was like working with her man, Jermaine Dupri.
He plays with his tongue in his mouth when he's really into something. So.
Now that's Control. Janet Jackson on Planet Priestley. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. West on Hitlist XM30.
You're all set. Next stop, the beach. And before you start the car, XM Instant Traffic and Weather Shore Traffic Reports make it easy to get there. Whether you're on the east...
Good morning once again, Miami. Joe...
...or west coast.
The forecast for San Diego.
We've got you covered. Friday nights and Saturday mornings for the ride down. And Sunday evenings for the ride home. XM Instant Traffic and Weather Shore Traffic Reports. Every weekend through Labor Day.
Fire, 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 fire everywhere.
Good afternoon, Houston. I'm coming to Houston, Texas, August 17 through 19. The Improvisation Comedy Club, the Improv.
Fire, 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 fire everywhere.
713-333-8800. Good day, Houston.
Fire, 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 fire everywhere.
August 17 through 19, the Improv. 713-333-8800. Be there or don't.
Fire, 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 fire everywhere. Fire, 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 fire everywhere. Fire, 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 fire everywhere. Fire, 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 fire.
Ron and Fez.
XM 202.
Ron and Fez show. Hey, tomorrow we will have the bad tapes of Paulo and his wife when they did the show this week. We were supposed to have them today, but Earl's busy not getting backstage passes for people. Also, Fez, I'll try to get to the bottom of this. I'm getting some bad reports of some of this stuff that happened on Paulo's film, Gap.
All right, Gap was filmed this past week in the New York area.
If I was Variety, I would start to write about trouble on the set.
You would wonder how much trouble could be. He told us that he basically shot in a day.
Well, the problems would be, Fez, is that what you're shooting wasn't quality. Like, the reason why that they don't shoot most films in a day, quality. Like, fast is not what you're looking for in a film shoot. They shot very, very fast.
I've only been hearing rave reviews from people who had the best times.
Well, that's from Paul. Who else have you heard from?
If you look on the ronandfez.net, people are just, overjoyed with what they've done.
Is that right?
Yeah, people seem to have a good time.
Some of the actors?
Right, yeah.
I will say I heard from a disgruntled producer, and normally you don't hear bad things from somebody who's got a producer credit.
So I don't think the actors were aware of whatever it is because they seem to have a really good time. Yeah.
Now, Dave, you were supposed to shoot a scene with Paul. Did you do it, and how did it come out? Because you did not go up to Woodstock or wherever they shot this, right?
Correct. I was pretty upset, actually, because he gave me the no-show treatment. The director, I guess he did a little second directing unit, and he had some kid, Anthony, he sent the camera with the kid, and all of a sudden I had to perform my own thing.
You're on the B film here. You're on the B footage.
Yeah, and I had to direct myself, and it was very upsetting. You know, I had to write my own lines like, "Don't torture me, ow!" And then
was anyone torturing you?
No one was torturing me at all. Paulo said, he said, "Dave, don't worry, this will all work in post." The way he talks.
It's not true. I mean, first of all, you would have to be in a scene with someone to be tortured.
He's saying he's going to kill me somehow, but there's no way for him to have killed me.
Maybe with his mind. Maybe that's the thing. This all is in his mind.
I hope all this bad press doesn't keep Polo from directing again another project.
I think what's going to keep him from directing another again is no one will give him a nickel.
I would call up Paulo while he was eating steak, and his wife got all upset.
Fucking starving. We getting steak, girl?
No, just that. Ran out.
And he started...
Smoked salmon.
He started yelling at me and everything, and then he said, "Dave, just direct yourself. It sounds great. It sounds fantastic." And I said, "Well, Paul, what am I doing? What's my motivation?" Because I took it very seriously.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You're shooting a fucking video camera with an idiot. I'm sure that's taking it serious.
I had Bronx Johnny gag me. And
with his balls?
No, we used a cloth. There wasn't any balls.
Jackrag.
Yeah, it was a jackrag. But and then he would take it out, and I would scream, "Don't murder me."
All right, the other thing that we were talking about was this $1 Million Love. Are you in true love right now with West Side?
I think so, yes.
All right, here's the interesting thing. Would you give her up for your $1 million tax-free?
Ooh.
Never see her again.
No.
I'm going to make you another offer. $2 million.
Yeah, probably. I would
tax-free.
I'd probably do that.
So... Fez, would you say that he was in true love here? $2 million tax-free, he would walk away.
I don't see where that could be true love if it has a price on it for him.
Now, Fez, you said that you would leave the country for $1 million tax-free, right?
I think it was more than that, wasn't it?
How much was it?
I think it was like $10 million.
$10 million you would leave the country?
Yeah.
And never come back?
Yeah, never come back.
What about you, Dave?
Oh, absolutely. There's plenty of places to live that speak English. I could go to Australia and be very happy.
No, I think one of the rules was it couldn't be an English-speaking country.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Forget it. Then you have to put a lot more money on that.
All right, let me go over to the Queen of Israel. Would you turn your back on America?
I would leave the country for $1 million, but only if my family came with me.
Well, yeah, they can come with you. That's up to you and your mill.
No, but
you want to waste it?
I'm not paying for them.
You said you can't ever come back.
No, you can't come back. You're not allowed back. But I don't care who goes and sees you.
Yeah, that's a really hard one.
Yeah.
That is a really hard one. Also, because you don't know what your money's going to be worth in another country.
More. I just point that out. It's normally worth more.
Yeah.
Earl, what about for you? Would you leave the country for $1 million?
I could never leave the greatest city in the world. I love New York too much. I would never leave.
You wouldn't even go to Connecticut for $1 million.
It would be Wyoming.
Yeah. First of all, I could get him to go to Jersey with $1 million.
What, can you blame me?
He would not leave New York. Would you go live in Alabama with $1 million tax-free?
No, I love New York too much.
$5 million tax-free to live in Alabama.
No, I would not do it.
That's fucking crazy.
God, Governor Pataki over there shooting a tourism ad.
I love New York City way too much.
Wow. Yes, we know.
$10 million, though.
This makes me want to leave New York.
Here's what I don't understand.
By the way, I just want to say fuck Pataki. He doesn't even belong in the city. He's upstate, as far as I'm concerned. All right, back to you, Fez.
I was just wondering, does Earl love the New York City?
I heard that he might.
Oh.
Yeah, I have the feeling.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ron, is it true that the better time you have while making a movie, the worse the movie will turn out? Something like a Cannonball Run 2 or something?
I've heard that rumor before, that a lot of times the worst movies are where people said, we had a wonderful time. And in other films like The Godfather, a nightmare where, people were being fired and, they thought they were dying and they just hated it. That turns out to be a great film. So you can't always go, same in radio. When we think we have a good show, it doesn't mean anything. It means we're having fun with each other. Doesn't mean anyone's entertained. Normally people are entertained if Earl's on the fucking ropes and screaming out, no, I'm not going to do it. That's the ones that people like. That he goes home thinking it was a bad show.
That's interesting. I've never heard that theory before, but it would certainly apply to the Cannonball Run movie.
Well, it was always Burt Reynolds, where they act like all my friends did it. We had a great time. In the meantime, he's fucking his career over because the rest of us aren't all part of it. You know, you're not making art. You're just having a fun little party time. Charlie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, 2 words, man, with $10 million. Jamaica. You could go there with $10 and live well.
So you're thinking third world. You'll find yourself in a third world situation.
Third world. Man, you could buy a big, giant bag for $50 that'll last you a month, baby.
No. All right, Dave, I'm going to send you a new cupcake song that it looks like Perry has put together. I think something about the coconut cupcake. So see if we can have that very quickly by the end of the show.
All right. No, you're thinking third world.
Yeah, all right. Well, he's on a little... I didn't know we had much of a delay. Here's Jared. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah,
Hi,
Earl.
Yeah.
Earl can't leave New York, go to Alabama. He'd lose all his gay contacts.
That's true. Earl, I heard there's a Birmingham scene, black gay Birmingham scene that you would love.
First of all, I am not gay. Second of all...
Why would you have to scream that out if you weren't?
Why? Because everyone's inferring that I am.
Mickey Mantle never had to yell that once in his life.
Well, no one ever... I don't know if anyone said he was gay or not to his face.
How would they know? How he couldn't be. Felix, you're on Ron and Fez. Felix.
Hey, how you doing, Ronnie Fezzy?
Yeah.
Hello, Winnie.
Hello.
I would definitely leave the country for $1 million. There's nothing left here. It's all overseas. No fun left in this country.
It does seem like we've become no fun land. We got to get some fun back.
Yeah. It seems like everything's happening on the other side of the pond. I'd go to Israel personally.
Israel seems to be party town right now. They're bombing people. And I saw a thing, though, a bunch of people were still on the beach. Even though the bombings were going on, the beach was packed.
That's what Israelis are like. They don't really stop their life.
Yeah.
They just go into bomb shelters when the sirens go off, and then when the sirens turned off, they go back out. And
what do they talk about in the bomb shelters?
Going to the beach?
Let me guess. Money? How long did you spend in Israel?
Drinking the blood of Christian children.
How long were you in Israel?
I lived there for a year, and then I was back for 3 months here, 4 months here, for a couple of years.
How many of the secrets did you sell? American Secrets. Matter of fact, that was your 10 million thing, Fez. You said you would sell American Secrets.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, if economic secrets. As long as no one got hurt, like I wasn't diming out the military,
right?
I would sell those secrets and leave the country.
And you still stay with it?
Yeah, I'm in on that one still.
That's crazy.
I've had time to reflect, and I think I made the right decision.
Earl, would you sell any New York City secrets to... What about San Francisco? It's a great town. Chicago, you're going to get that city feeling there.
South Beach?
No,
South Beach is a half a block of a city feeling.
I'm just saying because it's gay. I don't know.
Oh! Sorry. Key West is the Florida joke.
Sorry.
What do you think of South Beach as a place to fuck foreigners?
Sorry.
Here's Kent. Kent, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, if you guys are going to go anywhere, you got to go to Japan. I mean, Tokyo is beautiful. It's pretty much, it's New York, but cleaner. I was there for a whole week. I saw 2 homeless people the whole time.
Yeah, because they killed their homeless people where we let ours live. Here's my thing. And Tokyo did look fun and lost in translation. But I want to date more than Julie Chen. I feel like there's got to have a little more. Tokyo, I think I would like.
On my moving list, if I've got the $10 million check and they're taking me to the airport to leave the country, Japan would be right up there. For some reason, I think of Spain. I would like to go to.
Nice dry heat.
Yeah, or in
like
Italy.
Dry heat. Yeah.
I don't know if I would try. Maybe South America, maybe Brazil, but for some, I think Europe and I think Japan.
Interesting.
The non-English speaking parts.
If I went to Japan, I would constantly be singing My Woman to Tokyo to whatever chick I was dating.
Japan, I think I would get sick of quick. It just seems so crowded everywhere in Japan, not just Tokyo.
You love sushi, though.
That's true.
Of course, that's hardcore sushi. What I say you duck away from. When he likes sushi, he means he likes rice with a little tiny piece of fish. When they come flagging out like, here, eat this, it's a flounder raw. And he'll run out of the place.
Mine is more, the sushi I like is more like fish and chips.
Fucking starving. We got any kind of British fish and chips?
No, we...
Look for a bag of chips and a piece of fish stuck in it.
All right.
I got my own fish over here.
Fine smoked salmon?
Smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon.
That looks like it came in like candy boxes. Very thin little boxes.
Yeah, well, what do you want, a fat box of salmon? You like your salmon thick?
It seems like if it was a big piece of salmon, it would need a bigger box.
Smoked.
So what is it, in strips?
What is you're like talking to a child.
I'm really curious about what's in that box.
Eat it.
Even though I don't want to eat it.
Isn't it locked smoked salmon?
Yeah.
But doesn't it have to be refrigerated?
No, this is smoked. It's smoked. So it's already taken care of like an Indian would take care of it. Let's see. What you got to do?
It's like jerky, like salmon jerky?
No, it's like fish.
Like a herring, I would guess.
You got to refrigerate it after opening the box.
Ah.
You open the box, then you got to refrigerate it. Right now, it's sealed in here in plastic.
I've always thought I should send my favorite radio host some salmon.
Why not?
Strange thing.
Well, she's proud of her area. She's from Seattle. You know, it's a great town. She wants people to know.
That or a stuffed chimp. Those are the two best gifts, I think.
I didn't see you walking in with anything today.
I'm a terrible gift giver. I was the first to say.
Hey, what's that big rock you're wearing, too, on your hand?
Oh, I don't know. Junk.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because I see it on your left ring finger there. I thought that meant you were engaged. You just use it that way? How's the new song for Perry?
It's good.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes, and this is about Fez when you were a child. Once again, you're blaming your mom on something that seems small, but you're very upset with her because the cupcakes that you took to school.
It was my 3rd grade birthday. My mom made cupcakes. She made Easter cupcakes where it was green shredded coconut with a jelly bean Easter egg in the middle of it. No kid wanted my cupcakes. I went home with most of them.
Patty Pneumonia tried to buy some love with cupcakes, but you can't buy love with coconuts. Coconut cupcakes. Patty Pneumonia tried to buy some love with cupcakes, but you can't buy love with coconuts. Coconut cupcakes. You and I both know those cupcakes never made it back home. Like you said, sitting on a school bus, stuffing your face. No one likes coconut cupcakes. No one likes coconut cupcakes. No one likes coconut cupcakes.
Except for you, fatty pneumonia.
That's your mom.
Thanks, Perry Noyd.
So is that who ate the coconut cupcakes? Fatty pneumonia?
I couldn't eat my own cupcakes.
I had a feeling that maybe you threw some coconut on there to keep the other kids from getting it.
God, that's...
Maybe even a little spittle.
That song, and now it's going to be stuck in my head all day long. Coconut cupcake.
Well, just don't listen to it again. Don't let yourself get caught up in that, Fez.
Patty Pneumonia tried to buy some love with cupcakes, but you can't buy love with coconuts. Coconut cupcakes. Patty Pneumonia tried to buy some love with cupcakes, but you can't buy love with coconuts. Coconut cupcakes. You and I both know those cupcakes never made it back home. Like you said, sitting on a school bus, stuffing your face. No one likes coconut cupcakes. No one likes coconut cupcakes. No one likes coconut cupcakes.
Except for you, fatty pneumonia.
I'm sure you can hear that on thecosmiccircus.com.
Fez, we were talking about some of the difficulties with the film Gap, Paulo's new film. We got one of the producers on right now. It's Bruno Kirby. Hey, Bruno, how are you? Bruno, you're on the air, buddy.
Oh, hey, how are you? Hey, listen, I wanted to just call in and apologize to Dave for the way that the film went. Obviously, Paul had other issues to deal with, and he couldn't get away. And
it was lunch. That was his. He was at lunch.
Oh, yeah, he was at lunch, but you know who he was at lunch with. You met her, and I warned you the day before about what you were going to see. And, I think we're going to need to reshoot the Dave bit, Paul doesn't need to be around.
Now, Bruno, what is some of the backstage problems happening with some of the producers?
Oh, no, there's just, you know what? It's just personality conflict. That's all.
Now, Bruno, you say that. I'm going to bring something up to you though. I have 2 emails that you sent to a producer where you were threatening to sue. that this person forwarded to me, and you said that you were going to sue him.
No, just I don't really want to get into it, but he seemed to want to release information, like part of the tape, right away to the public, and without the agreement between Paul and myself. So,
now, one of the other problems I heard that he was upset about is that your main actor and director, Paul O., acted with a script in his hand. So.
I tell you what, I'm actually going to look at some of the footage in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's being transferred over to DVD, so I'm going to look at it in about 2 hours, and I'll let you know how it came out. But I'll tell you, I just felt bad for Dave because he wanted to be involved, and then the last minute Paul just
I think
the camera guy there.
No, I think it's a great idea that Dave's not involved in this.
Wait. Paulo promised me I would make Final Cut though, Bruno.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to make Final Cut, right?
Bruno, you're feeling, and I know you're one of the people who put cash into this, right?
Yeah, a little bit, not a lot. I mean, this was not a big money thing,
right.
But I mean, I think it's kind of silly for somebody to be like complaining. I mean, there's personality conflicts all the time, so I want to put that like to rest. I mean, we're going to work everything out, and it's kind of just silly, but.
I don't know.
2%, everybody on the set had a great time, and I've been in touch with them, and they really have.
I'm reading just the opposite, that the people in the set were alarmed by Paul's unprofessional behavior.
Oh, I can't. Listen, I think I emailed you about 3 weeks ago saying that if there's film in the camera...
Hold on, Bruno. We do have the other producer on the line here that sent me some of this. Hey, Crotch Critter, how are you, buddy?
Crotch Critter?
Yeah, how's it going, Ron?
What happened on the set with some of Paul's craziness? Was he prepared?
It just, it was a very interesting experience. He was completely over the top. He played the part of a psycho killer very, very convincingly.
But holding a script?
Well, yeah, that part right there, that was the part that kind of took away.
Now, you wrote to me that you were worried that this thing is not a horror movie, but a bad comedy.
Some of the parts in there, most definitely, yes.
Yeah, can I just say, I've been talking to Don, Crosscutter, on and off, and saying that we probably will end up with a whole movie for Paul, and that was really, really, we were trying to help a guy out make a film, and we did, and that's really, and I emailed that to you, Ron.
Bruno, I see you trying to smooth this over. Crotch Critter,
the point that I wanted to bring up was that I was accused that I was going to be releasing things to the internet and to the radio. The part that I had actually talked about was something that it was a spoof that I had done with people that weren't even involved in the movie whatsoever. They just happened to be standing around because we had some people on the set that weren't actually involved in the movie, and that's what I was talking about. I said, "Oh God, this is gold right here." I said, "I want to sit there and send it to the show, see what they're going to do."
But Crotch Critter, one of the problems people had with you was that you were walking around with a hat on that said producer, and telling everybody that you were a producer, and that you did not get a chair for Paulo that said director, that he could sit in.
That's actually incorrect. First off, I did not have a hat on that said producer.
No, he did.
I actually, as a friendly gesture, had bought one for Tom. The director's chair is still sitting in my living room because Tom never gave me an address to send the chair to. The chair is actually a very beautiful director's chair that I sat there and had embroidered with his name and director on the back of it, and it's still sitting in my bedroom at the house.
And that was half the budget.
I could say he did not have a hat on that said
So there were communication problems then, huh, Crotch Critter?
Some extreme communication problems.
Would you blame it on Bruno Kirby or on Paulo?
I think because this thing just popped up out of nowhere, and everybody was trying to rush around and do everything. The fact that there wasn't an actual script that everybody could see, and I mean, we had makeup guys coming in from New York that were standing around just begging to know what the next thing they had to work on.
Bruno, to me, that sounds like producing responsibility.
Well, and because we didn't have a script, that's why that happened.
I got to tell you, we did beg for months to get a script, and Paul, and we were really just trying to help this guy. He claims he's going to die any day now. Now he's got a film with his name on it. So,
is it a film or a home movie?
A lot of good times, and we had some great footage on we have some footage I'm going to look at in about 2 hours.
Well,
Clark's going to call me in like 3 hours. And
I forwarded these emails on to XM. They want to slap a cease and desist on this thing, and I don't know what's going to happen from here.
All right.
All right, Bruno?
All right, well, yep, I was just calling in to say that, Dave, I apologize that Paul dropped the ball on...
Save it, Bruno. We will see you in court. We will see you in court.
Talk to my lawyer.
Yeah.
Talk to my lawyer. No. Talk to my lawyer.
Yeah.
I have attorneys.
All right. You got it, buddy.
All right, save
All right,
it.
I'm out. See you later. Bye.
All right, Crotch Critter.
Yes, sir.
That guy was a nightmare, huh? Was he a nightmare? I saw the fucking emails that he sent you, the threatening emails.
It was a fiasco, man. It was a fiasco. We're working things out now. I think when he sent those emails that he was a little upset over some things. Basically, I took this thing dead serious. I'm working on other projects, and, I took this thing as...
Sure.
Okay, we're going to make a film. We're not going to sit there and make a goof. We're not going to make a home video. This is serious.
And it turned into shit because, once again, Paul Lowe doesn't get things together.
Well, and then that was the thing. Between Tom and I, we were emailing each other back and forth on a consistent basis trying to get things worked out. And the fact that we didn't have a script, that's what hurt the entire project. And when we asked, Paul, okay, how's this person, what's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to this person? What's going to happen to that person? And when we don't have, any kind of direction, as far as, where we can place, who the makeup guy has to work with next, the special effects guy, when is he supposed to be here? We actually had a problem with a coffin falling out of the back of a van during this whole thing. So
and it only took a day and a half.
Right. I will tell you that, everybody that, the actors and actresses that were involved gave it 100%.
Thank you.
And Paulo did not.
It just seemed like he was more concerned about his acting and getting in front of the camera than he was as far as being a director.
Well, I've heard of films, where you accidentally see a boom mic show up in a scene, but never the actual script in an actor's hands.
I never even heard of that before.
Well, I've seen lighting fall over. I deal with a couple other guys. I've seen lighting fall over, booms in the shot, everything else, but I've never actually seen in a film the one of the main actors walking around with the script in his hand.
My question is, everyone keeps saying it was so last minute. Isn't this his life's dream?
Right.
Didn't he have his whole life to prepare for this moment?
Exactly.
So what happened?
What type of director would send an accomplished actor like myself out with no direction, no script? You guys are lucky that I'm versatile. It's really what it comes down to.
And we greatly appreciate
you are not going to be in the movie.
No, I expect to be made.
How are you being killed if someone's not there killing you?
I kind of choked myself and fell out of frame, so that because I did that, it might be construed as Paulo's hand who's choking me. So Paulo, with the magic of editing, could pull this off.
Magic of editing. Yeah. You can't edit talent.
The question is, Dave, did you wear a green glove?
Yeah, because he had a green glove in every scene.
No.
Maybe he'll say this, now once I'll take off my glove. or while you're dying, Paulo can be going, why you choking yourself? Why you choking yourself?
Basically, Ron, he's got a really good idea, and a lot of we can use a lot of the things that we shot. It's just, there needs to be the one guy that I had there, the special effects guy, is also a producer, director on other films, and he told us, hey, before you guys keep going, we had problems with sound and everything else.
Sure.
Hey, I can fix this. This is not a problem. For what we invested in the movie already, he was willing to say, okay, this is what we need to do. He's a problem solver. That's why I had him there. And he was like, look, let's go ahead and do this, let's do this, and nobody was listening. So I was like, okay. Basically, and as a producer, I wasn't there to make friends.
Right. But no one expected you and Bruno Kirby to fall off out so bad that people were talking about suing each other.
Well, and that actually happened. Of course, I had gotten in touch with Dave because I was there in the city. Matter of fact, right across the street from y'all. And I was going to come in, talk about the film, and I guess, scheduling and everything could be done. But with as soon as I got to the airport, I looked at my emails, and I was like, wait a minute,
hold on
a
crazy.
second.
All right, thanks, bro. We got to go now.
Thank you much, Ron.
All right, bye. Well, I talked to Elo about this morning after I got the emails forwarded to me, and Elo promised me that we would have an army of XM lawyers on top of this. An army. And I better get my $1 million.
Good. Because my work has to be seen.
Your work is not going to be seen.
Why
bro.
not?
You're not in it.
I was promised Final Cut.
No one's going to believe that Paulo's hands are that pale. So,
that's the end of my show. Donk.
Thanks, Winnie.
Thank you. See ya.
The Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.
Listen up, everybody. It's Trace Adkins inviting you to take a Highway 16 shortcut with me. My new CD doesn't hit stores until Tuesday, but you can hear every song on it this weekend on Highway 16 Shortcut.
It's the XM world premiere of Dangerous Man from Trace Adkins, followed by a special Network Live Trace Adkins concert from the House of Blues in New Orleans. It all begins this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on Highway 16.
Very simple game. Throw the ball, you catch the ball, you hit the ball.
The AL Central is the scene for the Tigers' visit to Chicago this Friday.
Here's a swing. He's allowed one here. This is going to go to the bridge. Left center field. Dyer's gone deep. Throw the confetti. Dyer's hit his 21st.
Tigers, White Sox. Listen on XM 180. MLB on XM. Every team, all season long.
Hockey notes and news on XM.
This is Dan Blakely, Red Wings fan. Some of them looking forward to more of this.
Back to Whitney. One-timer. Save is made by Hasek. Another shot. Another save. Oh, my heavens. Stole shot. Again, Hasek the save. Oh, my heavens. The Dominator is tonight. Here's Fisher out to center with a loose puck. Hasek is unconscious. He is unbelievable.
The Dominator heading back to Detroit for his third tour of duty, switching off with Chris Osgood in the net this fall. First hit Motown in 2001 after a trade with the Buffalo Sabres. He won a Stanley Cup, retired, then came back, lasted 14 games before his groin gave out, recovered during the lockout year, then resurfaced in Ottawa. But then he was hurt at the Olympics and never found his way back to the Senators lineup. Hasek ranks 18th on the all-time win list with 324, 12th in shutouts. He has 68 of those.
For full hockey coverage, the Hockey Talk never stops on Home Ice, XM 204.
Are you in sales or do you own your own business? If so, I want you to think of a number. Think of the amount of money you'd like to make this year. Do you have it? Okay, so what's stopping you? It's not your drive. It's not your skills. Chances are it's your ability to find new leads. It's not easy. But what if someone had already done the work for you? What if with one phone call you could get your hands on as many new sales leads as you could handle and actually make that number you have in your head? It's not too good to be true. It's Sales Genie, the largest provider of the most up-to-date sales leads, mailing lists, and business credit reports. And they want to give you 100 sales leads absolutely free. No matter what you're selling or who you're selling to, Sales Genie has the sales leads and mailing lists you need. And right now, they'll give you 100 sales leads absolutely free. Call Sales Genie at 1-800-700-5099 and get 100 sales leads for free. Call 1-800-700-5099. 1-800-700-5099.
High Voltage is an XL channel which may include explicit language. Channel blocking is available by calling 1-800-XM-RADIO or XM Canada at 877-438-9677.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Today's Opie and Anthony Show will replay at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific.
Hey, this is Ben Bailey. I'll be headlining the Cringe Humor Show at Caroline's on August 16th. For more information on that, go to the Cringe Humor website or to my website, www.therealbenbailey.com.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.
That was the summer sound right here on Theme Time Radio Hour.
This week on Theme Time Radio Hour, Eyes.
It's Theme Time Radio Hour with your host, Bob Dylan.
I got to agree with John Lennon. He said if you're going to give rock and roll another name, you might call it Chuck Berry.
Don't roll those bloodshot eyes at me.
Join me, Bob Dylan, for Theme Time Radio Hour, an hour of dreams, schemes, and themes.
Every week, a new theme,
a different journey. Theme Time Radio Hour with your host, Bob Dylan.
Hear it every Wednesday on D-Trax XM 40, 10 a.m. in the East, 7 a.m. in the West. And on The Village, XM 15 Thursdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. in the West.
Write Bob Dylan at xmradio.com.
The finest hour in American broadcasting. Right here on the XM network, satellite radio.
For additional airings, go to xmradio.com/Bob Dylan.
Theme Time Radio Hour.
Uncensored and unafraid to say anything, the Pretenders Artist Confidential from New York's Irving Plaza vibrates with rock and roll energy.
I've never read a contract. I don't care. People say, oh, you'll get ripped off. And I say, you know what? I don't care.
Recorded before a gig, Chrissy Hynde and the band were in raw form and delivered the goods.
Right on.
For this week's Pretenders Artist Confidential Encore Times, go to exclusivemusic.xmradio.com.
Over the middle. And he got it for the touchdown.
The College Football Minute on XM Satellite Radio.
I'm Ari Bykowski with the College Football Minute. Let's begin in Columbus, Ohio, where Ohio State tight end Marcel Frost has been suspended for the entire season for the violation of some team rules. Frost will remain on scholarship, and he'll be able to return to the team next season if he chooses to do so. Heading across the country to Corvallis, Oregon, where Oregon State wide receivers Marcel Love and Anthony Crosby have been suspended indefinitely for violating team rules. This according to Beaver head coach Mike Riley. Both players, however, will not lose their scholarship because of their suspension. By the way, Oregon State kicks off the 2006 college football campaign at home against Eastern Washington. You'll hear that game on XM Satellite Radio Thursday, August the 31st, game time, 7 p.m. Pacific.
And that's the College Football Minute on XM Satellite Radio.
You can get the NASCAR news. You can hear the races. And then for something completely different, NASCAR Nextel Cup driver Jimmy Johnson.
Jeff Gordon. If he thinks that, he's got to